Good morning, strangers. All of my UI is broken. I cannot be seen. Where is my face? Why is this not working? No,
Do
that's
we
not
need
gone.
the DM anyway? Like, this is Fabula Ultima. We'll just use up our Fabula points until you figure this out.
Okay, so my face is not rendering at all. Nor is my start menu. That's concerning.
Oh no.
Okay, so we're
I
rapidly
enjoy
approaching things that aren't working.
The thing that normally doesn't boot up right away did, but
Yeah.
then it was something else.
Yeah.
The software
Yeah.
engineer in me really appreciates
There
that
we
it's
go.
impossible for you to correct everything.
Yeah,
look at that.
I've actually got a workflow that makes sure that the thing that normally doesn't show up right away shows up fairly reliably.
If we listen
And hopefully
really
it will
hard,
remain
we can
fixed.
still hear him for sure.
Do you guys remember what happened last time?
Yes. We were heading to Rascal. On our way, we found a small village with nothing in it, and that was kind of spooky.
And that village is now named Fish on the map.
Yes. We found a quick way through the mountain to be able to get to another place. So we were negotiating that, and it had some cool crystally vibes.
We fought a big metal tiger in the crystal cave, which is now being carried in the ship, which is a problem because it is a war machine of the country whose military checkpoint we are approaching and have definitely navigated properly.
Yeah, we could have taken the risky option or the less risky option. We went risky. I may have to spend some Fabula points.
What essentially happened right at the end of session was that you guys fumbled a check to navigate the complex and high-speed moving docking system of Rascal. And Rascal being a heavily militarized port, you've pulled in and parked somewhere, you've berthed the ship. And obviously Flink, 100% confident about where he's gone. Very, very absolutely aware. He's definitely in the right. 100% has not made a mistake. And a gentleman has berthed in just behind you, has left his ship, and is currently arguing with the staff on the dock. You can see this off the side of your ship. What are you guys doing about this?
They're probably not arguing about us.
Yeah,
obviously
Everything
not.
right after all.
Yeah, exactly.
I
Like,
can't
we're
imagine.
just waiting for an official to come up, and I guess we're going to show them our documentation, and then we're good.
Yeah, that's definitely how it works.
I mean, it's how it works with most places. Why would it be different at a military base?
So, after a few minutes of discussion, the very important looking person, you can tell they look important because they have one of those really fine looking uniforms on, the kind of uniform that makes you think, well, this guy's a fascist, right?
Not a lot of medals.
Yes, exactly.
He's a little too patriotic. You're like,
Exactly.
this is now nationalism. I don't like it.
Yeah, like very clean cut, very well put together. You know, like they've clearly worked on their image very, very carefully. And that is obviously a concern for you as a reasonable person. Because what kind of weirdo does that?
I'm just picturing a bunch of Balenciaga sort of military types.
Yes, precisely. So, to envision the environment, there is what looks like a concrete dock that you are sallied up against. However, the furious officer will stare at the kind of assembling on the deck, going through your work, and will say, "Who is the captain here?
Me, that's I. I am the captain.
Why have you berthed here?"
Can you say that again, please?
I am the captain.
Yeah.
Huh?
I just liked it.
I'm going to look confused at my crewmates and be like, what do you mean? That's exactly what the flags intended us to do, right? We should park here. We're here.
Are you some foreigner?
This is not our first time parking. And also, what are you talking about by birth? Because nobody here is pregnant.
Pelleas. Let Flink handle it, because Flink is the captain.
All right.
Clearly military guy.
Yeah.
Is
keep
Is
up
this
the chain
man
of command.
What is my accent? I've been through 3 accents already. This man is a fool. Why have you birthed here? He says to Flink.
Mr. Officer, sir, could you please just scoot over? You don't need to shout at me. We can handle this, right? Like gentlemen.
We were told this is the non-military side.
He's going to like put his hand to his brow, look for some kind of entryway or similar to the vessel, and then start making towards it. As he gets to the bottom of it, he will call up to Flink and say, "You will give me the position, I can't speak today. Goddamn. The permission to ward."
Sure, permission granted.
We just have the thing in the hold that he can't see, right?
Yeah, that is in the hold right now. The Furious Officer will clamber up the side of the vessel, clamber up and then talk to Flink.
This is much better, right?
And we'll get
Don't
very
look at
close
Pelleas.
to Flink, politely. Like, he's not going to push Gawain out the way, but he's going to approach to talk to the captain, right?
Oh, that's fine.
Yeah, I just wanted to be clear that he wasn't like just shoulder checking you out the way like an asshole.
Oh, yeah, no.
He's just focused on the guy in charge.
If only he knew that technically I outrank the captain.
Well, you know, that's his own issue.
It doesn't quite work that way. That's the point. It's a checks and balances relationship on purpose.
I see you are a foreigner.
Yes, we are not from here. As you can tell,
Then you must understand that you have birthed at the wrong dock.
how did we? I think we are just fine over here.
He will narrow his eyes at you and say, I do not think that you understand. This is not for foreigners.
So your flag guy made a mistake. I get it. Happens to the best of us. Should we just move the ship around?
You can, like, actually, as he says, the flat guy made a mistake. You can see this, like, kind of irritation start to propagate throughout the person. And they will say under their breath, I imagine Gawain, being quite close for security purpose, will hear, these bloody foreigners.
Yeah, it's not our fault they can't communicate properly.
Hey, Pelleas, shut the fuck up.
Okay.
Pelleas, please.
Why are you making this harder for yourselves?
I'm shutting up.
Why is everyone in this party actively making their lives harder?
I could answer that, but you wouldn't like the answer.
Yeah.
Holy shit, the guy was basically willing to give you a free pass until you started talking his side
All you
of
guys
the
had to do was
operation.
be like, oh, our bad.
All right.
But you called me. No.
This is why it's perfect that these two are the ones in charge of basically every diplomatic situation.
We did ask for this.
We did.
Yeah.
We knew, you and I knew what we were getting. Well, I didn't yet. Chrono and I knew what we were getting into.
I'm also in the right.
The Furious Officer, who was willing for a moment to have just educated you in the specific flags you misunderstood, who was for a moment willing to literally just go, hey, what flags did you see? Hey, actually, this is how you read that flag. You need to go berth over there. Will instead shake their head and say, the harbor master will hear of this, and then depart the ship.
Clearly, you will hear of this at this volume.
Yeah. Wasn't he going to tell us where to park?
I think he's mad for some reason.
Ah. Maybe because his flag guy was giving us the wrong direction.
Yeah, that must be it.
It would make sense why the harbor master needs to hear about it.
I mean, it's not an easy job. I've been in that position.
I've certainly haven't. I can't imagine having to just wave flags around all day at people and say, this is where you go. But, if he's telling people the wrong spot, we need to talk about it.
How soon do we need to be ready to save these guys? I mean, how long do you think we have before the entire security force is here to apprehend us?
That's a really good question. I think The answer is hopefully after you and I are done with whatever prep we want to do.
Okay.
You do have some time. You know that generally, when you go into a dock like this, you would normally have some attendant of the harbor arrive at your vessel, at which point they would, communicate documentation and such. However, you've been told that the furious officer literally wandered off saying the harbor master will hear of this, which means you're probably getting like a special detail specifically for you guys. Flink, Pelleas. That obviously is because you guys are very important, right?
Very important and special.
All right. Should we park at the correct place?
I mean, somebody would need to tell us where the correct place is, or they get mad again.
Do I need to get off and find somebody?
No, we are technically not allowed off board until we're done with the paperwork and somebody tells us.
All right. So we stay here and we wait for somebody to figure out where we're supposed to be parked.
Yeah, should be clear sailing from here on, honestly.
They really
I don't
need
know why
to
you're
sort.
so mad.
Yeah, they really need to sort their stuff out because, like, this is just holding everybody up.
I wish I could, for once, work with professionals.
Yeah. You'd think they'd be a bit more strict at a military base.
I mean, he seemed very strict, but just couldn't admit that they made an error. Happens to the best of us. I'm not gonna be torn up about it.
Yeah.
Okay, so Gawain, Silex, are you making any physical preparations?
I have retrieved my my shields from below. I've accessed my little buckets of rocks. And I go up to Flink and I ask, we came here trying to find information. We likely do not have time now to get said information. Unless someone who is very good at getting in and out of places without being seen and getting information participates in a side quest while Gawain operates as acting captain.
Oh, you think we are in trouble?
I think we're in a lot of trouble. Do you not think we're in a lot of trouble?
No, I think this was totally fine.
I think the only
questioning
person.
authority is a really stupid idea in this situation.
All right, but the only person stealthy enough and clever enough to do all of that is Flink, and he's also the captain that needs to stop on board.
All right, second thought. Is there any way for us to get out of this without arousing all of the suspicion?
I could apologize and say that it was all my fault and probably pay a fine or something.
Okay, pause. If you are suggesting that you actually take accountability and then offer to pay a fine, that might work. However, if you put any Pelleas stink on that, it will not work.
Okay. Harsh. Much, but I get your gist. These are commoners. They probably don't know how to interact with a noble.
They're not, no, they're soldiers from another country, the one that we're in, who are protecting their fellow countrymen from people from other places that might be dangerous. So maybe don't give them any reason to think that we might be dangerous or disruptive.
I understand. They are foreigners. I should
This has
treat them with
nothing to do
respect.
with money or not. Thank you.
Well, would we even have enough money to pay a fine?
We have to find that out, won't you?
Also, I like my money.
Okay,
Keep that in mind.
makes a good point.
Yeah, fine. You can steal it back later. I don't care.
Or hear me out.
You don't care? Okay.
How about this?
Wait, how
When
much
we
money?
come back with Minerva and her gang, then we'll get paid. You know, assuming they don't throw us in jail again.
I'd rather not give them an IOU.
Look, at the end of the day, we knew that coming here would be a risk. I was ready to fight my way out if it had to be that way.
Option number 3, leave. Just leave.
Okay. I'll try apologizing first, and if they don't accept my apology, then we'll leave.
Should I stay back if we leave?
Do we think that the possible intel of the whole reason we came here would be worth Flink trying to get in and out on his own and meet up with us later?
So all we need to do is get out of this place, like this port, with no problems. We don't have to achieve anything else. We have a place to go. We just want to try and go there.
Fellow was looking for information on which place exactly.
Yes, but that ship has sailed at the risk of using a metaphor that's too close to reality.
The ship may not sail, which is the issue.
That was the risk.
Do I attempt to apologize before,
Yeah.
or
If the
should
two
we?
of you can show some humility and some restraint and like be like, yes, our bad, that's on us. Can you teach us the flags? Then we could probably get out of this.
Okay. Captain Flink, I know that you are 100% in the correct, but in this particular case, I think that we should just pretend that we weren't.
Guys, what if the flags
Alright.
mean something different here than they do back home? Why don't you just go into this with an open mind?
Oh.
Oh, they are idiots. Okay, now I get it.
I've accidentally made myself tiny. I pressed like times.
Skinny Silex, Twinklex.
Man's on his Ozempic.
Yeah, this is our, yeah.
It's just me very confused looking back and forth that this never crossed your mind.
Yeah.
It's actually that Silex has been on gear while he was in like Marvel movies for a decade, and now he's finally got the body of a normal human again.
My secret's out.
So as you're having this discussion, you hear a metal stomping and clanking coming down the dock. It seems that a small boat, landed nearby, and they are making their way to your vessel.
Ah,
That is not lovely.
As they're
I
walking up,
disagree.
that's lovely.
I lean over to Flink and whisper, "So, do you think we're in trouble now?"
Maybe we should have left.
As they stomp up and approach with what appears to be a fairly heavy military escort, the gloomy officer will be like, "We will board, yeah?"
Okay. I do have a slight confession. Is that
As you start like trying to communicate after they saying "we will board," the construct unit will start lifting troops onto the vessel rapidly.
It appears that I have made a mistake and I have mistranslated something, and this is all of my fault, and we have parked in the incorrect place. I think that's what's going on.
Understood.
Will I have to
However-
pay some kind of a fine? We'll definitely have
The
to move the
officer
ship,
will raise
obviously.
their hand to silence you
Okay.
and then say, "However, your actions are suspicious. We will search the vessel."
Hey.
This was my concern.
All right, Captain. I nudge you forward with my shoulder.
Well, we just take off when they're under deck. It's fine.
What could possibly go wrong?
The officer will ask before the search begins and say, "Is there anything you wish to declare?"
I don't know because
I'm
I
going to bring
don't-
them the manifest since I'm in charge of the actual like shipping operations.
right,
I
yeah.
have one.
I've clearly misunderstood some rules, so if I've misunderstood something else.
Barbara and I maintain this thing that's,
Yeah.
you know, mostly just says stuff, you know, that's like true,
Yeah.
but like whatever.
It's mostly just generic stuff. Like, I'm assuming the rug you picked up and the clock is on there. And it's like, yeah, this is
anything
boring,
of
this is
actual
boring, this is
value
boring.
gets written on it, and then like, you know, anything that we want hidden gets hidden in the Pelleas room.
I think the Greyhound is probably going to be the single most relevant and important thing. Even if
Yeah.
they have an issue with the clocks and whatever else you stole from that place, it's probably not that relevant to them. What is the status of the Greyhound? Where is it? What are you doing with it?
So we gave it to Silas. That's what we said, right?
Yes. So
Yes.
it's definitely in pieces. It's definitely been taken apart, and it's in the, probably into the engineering bay unless you put it somewhere else or deliberately tried to obfuscate it.
The only thing I can think is that Silex and I, during our waiting phase, we almost certainly would have told Silas, like, hey, stash like the indicative stuff, the incriminating stuff. You know, like if you've got parts out in the workshop, not a problem. Whatever, we salvage these. But like, you know, he'll know.
All right.
He'll know. Be like, oh, this is the power source that's unique. Yeah.
Yeah, I was under
Okay.
the impression that last time we had decided that since we're not dumping it overboard in the middle of the busy harbor, we were going to try our best to hide it. We don't
Right.
exactly
I
have
guess
like
what I'm saying
hidden
is,
compartments
yeah,
for them
we
to
can't
like
hide it, right? But we could potentially hide, components that are incriminating.
under a lot of
Understandable.
scrutiny. It's findable, but they shouldn't be able to walk in the room and be like, "Hey, look, the Greyhound."
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Okay, so you've attempted to hide
Squirreled
it, but
away. Here we go.
you know, there is the simple risk that these gentlemen may be familiar with that type of machinery, and they may simply be
Yeah.
able to identify it from that.
We might just
But
be
you've made an endeavor to hide it,
right.
and you're not literally explicitly saying to this guy, "Hey, here is the specifics. Like we found this thing out there and took it apart, and we don't know." You're literally going, "Yeah, I think that's everything." And
Yeah,
not
maybe
mentioning it.
we make up something to explain some of that, like like the salvage. Like, oh,
Well, that's
we
what I'm
did
trying to
this thing.
clarify,
Yeah.
right? Like at this
Yeah.
juncture, you have a choice to try and be like slightly open with this guy, fully open with this guy, or pretend that you didn't find anything in that regard. And that this is your
I would like to
junction to do
lie
that.
about what we found. We found innocuous stuff. It's salvage from like west of Rakshapur.
Okay, so you go ahead and you tell this officer like, hey, we salvaged some stuff from a wreck. We don't. I'm assuming you're taking the position of like, we don't necessarily know if it's gonna be an issue. That's why we're mentioning it. Type
I'm
thing.
taking the stance of like, it's mostly scrap metal. We're hiding stuff that's more incriminating than that, and I'm hoping that the hiding works.
Okay. In that case, what do you think would be an appropriate role to deceive them into thinking that it's not important?
It might just be insight. Maybe wisdom, maybe both.
I'm
Mental
thinking
stats?
willpower plus insight because
Yeah.
there's a certain amount of being willing to just barefaced lie to a person, and
Yeah.
also the insight to like insight what would actually be relevant. What is the best way to phrase this is kind of the insight aspect, and the willpower stuff is like how to not look uncomfortable while you're just blatantly lying to someone.
Right.
That is
Show me good dice.
That's an 11. That's pretty good.
A
The
10
high
and a
roll
1.
and the low roll. Hopefully those weren't flipped.
Yeah, I mean, you got the high
I could
roll and the good
re-roll
die.
the willpower dice if I wanted to. I guess
You could. There's nothing stopping you.
Yeah. So I'll do that.
All right, let's go for
and
it.
I'm gonna roll the d6
Base,
again.
What? Number one, that's a 1. That's not great. Number 2, you do have to base it on your identity, theme, or origin to give you a reason to.
My it's a good point, but also it doesn't matter at this point.
It doesn't
because I
matter.
rolled the same
but
number.
We should be clear that you do actually have to have a basis for a reroll. You can't just be like,
no, I get that.
I'll reroll forever.
Oh, that was my last point. It's over.
Oh, yeah, no, I get that. Okay, so the officer will listen to what you say and, betraying nothing, will simply nod and then will gesture to his vengeful trooper and say, show him.
I lead them around wherever they want to go.
Cool. The other trooper will just start navigating the ship by themselves to investigate stuff. The officer will converse with Flink and ask for documentation, while the 9-foot tall construct stands basically stock still with its axe in hand, just uncomfortably looming and staring at anyone that kind of moves nearby. Let's see, how does this go down? This is a big question. I mean, you rolled well. You didn't roll amazingly, you rolled decently. But as a counterpoint, I did have Silas roll to disguise things, and it was not good.
Cool.
Can I roll for how good my apology went over?
Not at this juncture.
Okay.
The gloomy officer doesn't seem to have cared much for your apology. It seems that they were told that there was a suspicious ship and they are going to treat you like dirt, essentially. Like, they're
Okay.
going to assume you're lying and deceiving them in some regard and are just going to go through their motions of security.
All right.
Silex, you are guiding the trooper around to the specific locale where you found the scrap metal of suspicion. The eventual trooper doesn't say much, but does seem like polite and respectful in that they are not just pulling out everything, turning over personal affects and stuff. They are clearly conducting a search. They are searching stuff, but they're trying to be reasonably respectful within the bounds of their job.
I appreciate Vengeful Trooper.
You take them to the engineering section, and they find Silas working in the engineering bay, kind of hunked up against the engineering core of the arc coils, alongside, the kind of workshop that's surrounding there, and seeing all the various metal parts and such. And they take an examination of the area. They ask you to point out specifically the metals that you say you salvage, since they seem most questionable.
Sure. That's, again, I'll show them the workshop and hopefully they're just like, yeah, okay. It's a dork in here.
The Vengeful Trooper doesn't seem to be dissuaded by attempts to pretend that it's not that big a deal, as they seem to take a fairly serious posture and then say, "This is military equipment. We will have to confiscate it."
Sure. Is there any way we can get compensated for, finding it for you guys? I guess we didn't know it was yours. We thought we were gonna have to do something with it to, pass it along.
On the terms of confiscation, you will receive a chitty, and then any argument such therein would be with the courts. It is up to you to pursue that with the court. They may decide you are eligible for compensation. I am afraid it is not my responsibility where that goes. However, it must be confiscated today.
Sure. I am not trying to stop you from confiscating it. I was just trying to ask questions. Can we help you?
They will shake their head and say, at this juncture, I will need to have my other staff search this engineering lab to ensure that we find all the pieces.
Sure. We'll collect what we can. Anything that's already been cannibalized, we'll take back out,
They will say, for the meantime, please do not touch anything. And then they will go upstairs to go inform the officer of this situation.
I'm just going to park myself down and read that book that my dad wrote ages ago.
Nice, nice.
I'm just gonna go tell Flink, it's whatever you want to do, man.
So the officer and the eventual trooper will start conversing. They'll bring back the other trooper from downstairs to converse. They seem to have gone off into a huddle to discuss their next plans.
I mean,
well,
violence isn't always the answer.
But this, damn it, it was going so nicely. Where did it go wrong?
What?
Well, we have to find our way out.
If you want to try and find out what they're planning, you could have a discussion with them, or you could try and listen in on them, or you could just hope that they only want to confiscate the military materials.
All right, I'm just going to try and conversate. Again, I have to apologize. We are very ignorant to the rules of what was going off around here. This is not an intentional slight.
That much is evident.
Thank you. If there's anything we can do to help you or speed this process along, or do we need to get somewhere else, or...
They will turn back now more fully from their discussion and then say, well, you see that we have the issue that you were in possession of contraband.
Oh, What kind of contraband?
Military equipment.
Oh, right, yeah, we found some stuff and we picked it up. It's salvaging not allowed in these waters?
This is the point of discussion we are having now as to how to resolve this. Technically, you have, as a vessel, committed a crime.
Right.
I leave these fine gentlemen to it. Let them do their jobs. We'll deal with what happens, Pelleas. Thank you for apologizing to them.
I just assumed that I
I
would
put a hand on your shoulder and start to drag you away from them.
They will go back to conversing, and you can clearly tell they do seem to be torn between exactly what to do. It seems that they genuinely believe that you picked it up as salvage, right? That you grabbed it out, like you found it on a salvage boat, and you were just like, it's scrap metal, like we're gonna take that.
I'm gonna do a thing.
Okay.
Go talk to them with Flank, you know.
Oh God.
The two businessmen doing business.
Oh no.
No, it's okay. It's like, hey, so what are our options here? Like, I understand the stakes. Obviously, we don't want this to go badly for us, obviously. Is like, what would we do in here in this situation to make things right?
So the issue is that technically you have committed a crime, and so we must confiscate, but also that perhaps we must arrest. However, I do not think that you have deliberately done so. We are discussing seizure in place while it is examined by High Court.
How can I best cooperate? Or how could we limit this to confiscation and then just move on?
He will kind of look a moment and then consider and then say, I think that seizure in place, this is where we seize the ship, but we leave it here. You remain while the courts, they discuss, have lawyers, they take possession of material goods.
This is very generous.
After which you're free to go.
This is a very generous offer, and I appreciate it. However, I don't really have time to wait for a court that, in my experience, will be biased against me simply because I am not from here. That's true everywhere. It's not about you. You get it. You're a maritime guy.
It's not true about me.
Shut up, Pelleas. I'm trying to indicate to Flink that we're bribing them now.
How about this? If you take me as a prisoner, wouldn't that be good enough as insurance?
Oh, okay.
You are recommending that we imprison you as a substitute to restrictions in place?
Exactly. It is, and I hate to admit it, I guess it is my fault and also my responsibility that my crew is safe here. So I would offer myself up as replacement to keep the ship and my crew safe.
That makes a lot of sense. We've already lost so much money. Our big haul confiscated. We can't really afford to waste more time. Would make some sense.
The gloomy officer kind of strokes their chin a moment and then does like a gentle nod and says, I would have to discuss it with the court, but I think this may be acceptable. He makes clear, we must still confiscate the goods.
Of course.
With that kind of nod of like, to be clear that you understand this.
Of course.
But the ship will be free to travel at that juncture.
Thank you. And we'll be back to pick you up, Flink. Hopefully after our next outing. Exploration.
Don't worry about me.
Well, no, shut up. I'm not actually worried about you. This is performative.
Luckily, the gloomy officer has already returned to his group to indicate what they plan to do.
Yeah, obviously you're just gonna break out. It's
They will.
brilliant. I love you. It's a great idea.
No, sometimes I have good ideas.
After
Yeah,
indicating
just,
to his group,
you have them at the end instead of at the beginning.
after indicating to his group, the gloomy officer will declare to you, "I will return in within an hour or two. I need to confirm with the court." He will wave his hands with the legal issues, and I will need agents to participate in the collection. But beyond that, I think that this is amicable. He will indicate to his troops to stay here and keep an eye on you guys because, they need to run security, while the officer himself will depart the vessel and make arrangements for what the previously discussed situation. The troops clearly are maintaining some level of distance from you guys. Like, it's a respectful kind of thing. Like, they're trying not to get in the way of you doing your ship duties, while at the same time, they kind of need to keep an eye on you in case they need to shoot you or you try and shoot them, right?
Well, then that would be the perfect opportunity to offer the gentleman some coffee.
I don't like the way you said that.
They are very nice.
Sound like you're going to poison them. They
No.
politely refuse. They can't accept such things on duty, lest someone assumes that they're being bribed.
Ah, goddamn,
Alright,
I understand. But the pirate way of living.
Yeah, it's almost like these guys are in a functional fascist environment. Doesn't mean people aren't getting oppressed, but
I don't get it.
Well, I'd have no idea what a functional fascist place would look like.
the trains run on time, but poor people are shot in the street.
Yeah.
After some time, the officer does return, and they ask for permission to board. I assume you grant it without a care in the world.
Yeah.
Technically, they don't need to ask for permission to board. They are being polite by doing so. They could literally just climb up and threaten to shoot you otherwise.
Yeah, they're just keeping up proper conduct.
Yes. So when the officer does return, there is a crew of teamsters, laborers, who are ready to start receiving cargo. And they declare quite simply that they'll be taking Flink into custody now. The general agreement is that Flink will remain in custody until the court case is heard, which isn't expected to be too long. And they'll make sure that Flink isn't too uncomfortable since he's been so respectful.
Oh shit, this will feel really bad.
Yeah, I'm like, should we just not make an enemy here? We'll see.
But elsewise, they will have to remove the, as stated, military equipment. But beyond that, the vessel and the people on it will be free to navigate the city. They must comply with conduct, security conduct, and do not interfere with military operations. And also, the ship will have its berth changed via a pilot to the actual berth you were meant to be at.
Okay.
Damn, can't get my will here.
Yeah.
Again, many apologies for our complete misunderstanding of things.
The officer will actually kind of make a gentle shrug and be like, it is actually good circumstances, as otherwise we would not have recovered the military equipment.
Guess that's a silver lining.
Flink.
Mhm.
You kind of walk over, like, try and like huddle up. Maybe we play it straight this time. Maybe we just go out, do some scouting, come back and pick you up instead of making an enemy. Or do you just want to be like, F it? We're probably going to piss them off when we get there anyway.
No, I agree. Actually, if you are able to move around freely, take the time to get information. If you find out that things are bad,
we can sail southeast and go see what's there, because that's where we were going originally. Do you want to come with us? That's really the question.
No, I think I'm going to wait here. If things are fine here, we might be able to actually, for once, not destroy our relationships.
Yeah.
Just good for now. We can destroy them later anyways.
Nice, good.
On our terms.
Yeah. Okay, so Flink is taken into custody. Equipment is removed from the vessel. You are no longer in possession of the Greyhound remnants. However,
it is sad.
Salix did do quite a lot of removal of useful, intelligence from that in the meantime. Guy got as much work as he could in the days that he had it available, right?
That is the most important part.
To be fair, I think it was only like a day and a half that he had access to it.
Yeah,
But that man was such a nerd. So, what is the party minus Flink doing now?
Have we already been piloted to the other dock?
Yes, you are now at the other dock. You are considered free to navigate throughout the city as per usual.
Okay, I guess we should go through the city.
You were given a relatively strict doctrine of conduct for this locale, but mostly it is involving not interfering with military conduct. And it's literally stuff like, do not stand in the way of the military when they need to march down the street. You get out the way. Everyone that is non-military is effectively second-class citizens to the military functions of this place.
Got it.
Well, this is new.
Okay.
What's new?
Being a second-class citizen.
Oh, yeah, get used to it.
So to keep up appearances, we should definitely go with the original plan of asking around, trying to figure out if Minerva has been seen east of here.
Yes.
If we find anything, we immediately come back and go.
Yeah, let's like go to lunch or something.
Okay.
Let's get like real food.
Can I suggest that somebody else do the ordering this time?
That's a great idea. In fact, that's a fabulous idea. But you can pick the place.
Okay, so the party will go out to lunch, and there's actually no shortage of places to go for lunch, especially near the docks, as it seems that due to the great number of vessels that come in and out of the harbor here, it is not necessarily a trade hub per se, but there is a de facto amount of security that happens here, and thus there's a lot of vessels that have to hold here overnight for security checks, and a large amount of businesses taking advantage of that.
All right, so we're looking for a place that's got sailors, and the more government affiliated they look, the better.
As you wander through the streets of Rascal, you notice that it is built dense. You realize that the reason they say you need to get out of the way of soldiers marching around is because a column of soldiers marching two abreast fills the street.
Yeah, I mean, I guess like dock workers might also have the gossip we're looking for, but I'm not looking for local security.
Right.
You know?
As you navigate around, you will find one of the... I imagine you probably want something slightly more middle class than the proper low class sailor stuff, because otherwise the only thing you're going to hear about is women, booze, and similar, right?
Yeah, we want the guys who are in charge
the
on
officers'
the boats,
mess,
optimally.
right?
Yeah, officers. Yeah.
So you look for the higher end of the situation, and it's not hard to find it because there's a clear distinction between the places which are serving food, booze, and somewhere to sleep, and the places that are serving clientele.
Oh.
You managed to find a place made out of the gray stone bricks that has actually had a coat of paint on it with blue and white paint used to festoon the outside with some elements of visual definition. It's still an incredibly cramped location, but you can tell by the people going in and coming out of this place that there is decided niceness to their uniforms. Like, they're actually wearing uniforms and nice clothes, unlike most of the other places where it's like kind of more like what Silex wears. As you enter this place, you'll be asked at the door, do you have a reservation?
No, we're just looking for available seats.
I see. I could sit you at the bar until some become available.
That would be amazing, thank you.
If you would write this way. And they will direct you to a simple yet well-made bar.
Okay.
There is a barkeep there who is wearing the outfit of serving staff. So you can clearly identify that this person is here to serve you drinks when called upon.
Yeah, let's really strike it up with this guy. I'll ask him what's good. I assume you get a lot of people who aren't from here. What's the first thing you offer them?
They will nod briefly and say, Normally, I would recommend the lemon liqueur, but we have had a shortage of that more recently, and the price has gone up slightly.
Is that our fault in any way?
You don't think so?
Okay. Felt like a detail that could be.
We do, however, have something for imitation lemon liqueur for a more price-conscious customer.
Sure. Second one. If you say it's good, I'm willing to try it.
Excellent. They will offer you, as Kron says, he did just call you poor, but very politely called you poor.
Well, he called me poor in a way that I'm not sure. I couldn't tell if he was calling me poor or if he was just like, no, legitimately though, like
It's a
they're
mix.
ripping
It's
you
a
off
mix
at this
of things.
price.
I was
It's a
highly
mix of things.
offended, but I decided to stay quiet.
Pelleas
Oh.
would have been
I'm so
offended.
proud of you.
Pelleas would have been deeply offended, and he wouldn't have said that to Pelleas. He said it to Gawain because Gawain looks like the kind of person who, you know, is dressed smartly, but is a practical person.
Gawain has nice clothes, but he's got dirt on his fingernails. Like
Exactly.
Yeah.
So you are given dainty glasses each, and a liqueur is poured over the back of a bar spoon onto some kind of rock-like substance you can't quite identify, but doesn't look like it's meant to be drunk. It's pertaining to some aspect of the serving of the drink, and it is placed in front of you.
I'm gonna start drinking, and maybe how am I gonna do this? I'll strike up a conversation with the group, but like try to involve the bartender.
The drink itself, as you start drinking, it's definitely pleasant. It's somewhat unique for beverages and it incorporates the lemon flavoring very well. However, it is very familiar to the fruits of your home village. So you are wondering if this is a case of poor people food being made very expensive by rich people.
Also, it would be a COA or whatever.
Yes,
if
exactly.
if it was from there, so it becomes rich people food in a new place.
Yeah, I mean,
Tastes like a spa to me.
thinking about it, right? As you sit here on this rocky island and you're in like right up by the broken spine. You came from a village that grew vegetables and whatnot and plants and so on. You just, in your entire journey so far, you haven't seen anywhere where you think would be a great place to set up agriculture.
That's true.
There's plenty of places that look fine for like subsistence farming, but there's nowhere where you thought like, oh wow, that like you could grow some great fruit here. It's always just been like, oh, I guess you wouldn't starve if you lived here.
Yeah, all the good food biome is Telgard's got all that.
Might have something to do with that whole Rakau tree situation.
How busy is it at this at the bar in this restaurant?
Not very busy. The overall establishment seems fairly busy, but it seems that most people make reservations.
It's not like the bartender's running around taking people's orders. They're
No,
kind of just hanging
like
out.
they're literally standing a polite distance away in case you want another order.
Could we
gonna-
potentially try to... I'm going to say this. Listen to what I say first. But chat somebody up to try and get some information out of them.
Yeah. So that's what I'm doing with the bartender right now.
Yeah.
If you want to try and do that, yes, I think that's the correct plan. Is for us
Okay.
to like try and like just have friendly conversations with people and see, just steer things that way if you can.
In that case, I'm going to have a slight wander around and see if there's a person I can just give a slight convo to.
So my understanding here is then, so Pelleas is going to be wandering around, essentially going to find someone who looks like they might be open to talk to somebody interesting and just kind of sit down and be like, hey, I'm new in town. I wanted to talk to somebody who does some stuff like, hi, how are you? Can I sit with you? That kind of thing.
Yeah.
Gawain, did you have a thing that you wanted to do?
Yeah, I was gonna ask the bartender. I guess based on what the feedback from earlier, like, where do you get this from? and I'll order another round of drinks, like implicitly.
Nice. But not one for Pelleas, I assume.
Yeah, just for Silex and I now.
Cool. So the core ingredient comes from somewhat out east. There is a city surrounded in fog where it seems to grow quite well.
Wow. Interesting. The city in fog. It's to the east?
Yes, north is east. It's Cameron, as I understand it.
That's fascinating. I've never heard of this place. I ask because this tastes so much like a fruit that grows where I'm from to the west. It's fascinating. Thank you so much.
Well, if you can make the journey out, I have heard that Cameron is a truly incredible place to visit. The sea fog rolls in, and it's supposed to be a surreal experience where you can't discern the ground from the sky.
Wow. You know, I do enjoy a good natural phenomenon. Looking at Silex, like kind of shit-eating grin a little bit, like okay, like that's an interesting one. Like I'll have to tell Pelleas later. You must get a lot of people from a lot of different places
Oh yes,
come through here.
we get visitors from all over the world here.
Now I'm just gonna put money on the table. Not like a lot. Like 2 rounds of drinks, right?
Okay.
Like just
It's like
have you seen
20, 30 zenit, something like that.
Yeah, like have you seen anyone from anyone else from out west recently, or have you heard of anyone from further recently?
They're going to look at you discerningly, and you can tell they're looking for something. They're not just like trying to read your emotions or something. They're like looking up and down your uniform, at your hands, similar. They're trying to identify something about you without necessarily saying anything. And then they look around the room and see how far everyone else is away from you. They very quietly slide the money back over to like their side of the bar and then say, I've heard mention of a few things. And they are being like super uncomfortable right now, like constantly looking around the room, talking almost past you at this point, right? As if they're pretending they're not talking directly to you.
I casually stretch and like put my arms out to kind of like block Gawain and the bartender's heads from most of the room.
They will kind of say, yes, so I've heard mention of a few things. There was a girl who's been wandering around the place, trying to find some information, made a bit of a ruckus in Rascal at one point, and she was made to leave.
Sounds like my girl. So then I'll slide another 10 across the table.
They will happily
I'll go from 20 to
slide
30,
that into
right?
that pocket. Yeah, 20, 30. Last I heard, about a week ago, they had made their way to Rakshapur in search of. They're going to glance again suspiciously, and then kind of really lean in as if reaching for a glass and say, "I heard they were searching for some people from Telgard."
Oh, thank you for your discretion.
Going, do you remember like 2 sessions ago, I think it was now, when you first arrived at Rakshapur?
Go ahead. I remember being in Rakshapur.
Actually, do you have like, I can't remember if you got it. Did you get that eidetic memory thing?
I did.
Based on that premise, based on what you saw there, based on what you've seen historically, you think that he's actually talking about Zamira, Amir's daughter.
Okay.
You think you saw a skiff that was possibly hers out there.
Right,
He's saying
right.
that was about a week ago that she got into trouble here
So
and she
she's
headed
talking
out
about
that
her.
way.
Right.
It's probably
That
over
makes
where
sense.
makes sense
Yeah.
that was her skiff that he's talking about. Apparently, she got into trouble in Rascal. That seems relevant. And she got kicked out of Rascal. Based on how military this place is, you think she probably pissed off the military somehow, maybe by asking too many questions?
Yeah. And that's it? She's the only one from there?
He's going to say, well, surely you've heard of the vessel the military are hunting, the Telguard ship, I thought.
Yeah. I heard about that. I heard a rumor that it was to the southeast last they heard.
They're going to lean in, like, again, like, they are trying to find excuses to make sure nobody hears them as they lean in.
Yeah.
As they grab another glass. And at this point, they're literally just shifting one glass from back and forth between you to pretend that they have this excuse to lean in.
Silex and I can, we can keep drinking if we have to make this, to sell the ruse. So I'll keep putting money in his pocket.
They will say, I heard that that's what they're using their new weapons to hunt down.
Oh, wow. Why are the women in my life engaged in such dangerous activity?
He's going to put a big grin on his face and say, they're always much more interesting.
I put a hand on your shoulder, give you a little one-armed hug and say, you just need the excitement in your life.
Yeah. You're not wrong. Okay, well, we have to go make sure that the third guy isn't doing anything too stupid. But really appreciate your time. Thank you so much, sir.
Pelleas, explain to me what you're doing, where you're going.
Well, I am attempting to look like a foreign nobleman that is looking to chat up an attractive girl, as a disguise for the fact that I'm trying to find information.
Most of the attractive women that you can see here are probably sat down with a man of some kind, whether that be their father, captain, or chaperone. That's the one.
Yeah. I won't approach anybody with a chaperone because it seems like they would have that for a reason. I feel like they would be guarded.
Okay, so you're looking for exclusively single solo women here.
Yes.
Okay. I would say that if you're looking for exclusively single solo women here, you're probably only going to be able to find one, and it's going to be a significantly older woman who seems to be reading a book while having dinner in like a corner table.
I will give her a brief wave and ask her if it's an interesting book. Probably not a good start.
They will kind of peer over the book at you. Yes, it's quite interesting. It's about a man who is pursuing the love of his life, and well, she's already dead in the book, but he doesn't know that, and it's about the trials and tribulation that he engages with.
I love those kinds of books. Romance is my favorite subject. Unfortunately, never been successfully so much in real life, but we can always read.
I can't imagine why you would be unsuccessful.
I believe that I have been sheltered and perhaps a little unknowledgeable of the world, trying to find my way of understanding the world and finding out more about my father, who I've never met.
They're going to stare at you and then just blink in surprise. And then out of like a morbid curiosity go, why have you never met your father?
He was a deeply spiritual man, and he was separated from my mother, who was a noble, and I am on his trail, trying to find out more about him, in hopes to find out more about myself, and perhaps one day win the love of a beautiful woman.
That is quite the story. Did Pelleas just start dumping on an old woman at a bar? I wouldn't necessarily say old woman, but like...
Is she the madam?
Like, she's definitely older than the 15 to 21 range that a noble would want a wife in, right?
Right. Okay, I'm following you.
At this point, like, they're just morbidly curious more than anything else. And are going to ask, so where exactly are you from?
I'm from out west. Big city, big tree.
Oh, so Telgard.
Oh, no, bigger tree.
It's the biggest tree on the planet.
You see, I'm from a small village that's actually below that point, but I'm a noble person, so I live between several mansions across the continent.
Ah, I see. Several mansions, you say?
Yes.
She's so interested in you.
I happen to be the only son of a very influential family, but unfortunately, a little bit naive as to the ways of the world.
So why do you think your father would be in Rascal?
I sadly believe that he may have died a long time ago, but I'm just trying to follow his journal and find out more about him.
Did he work with the military at some point? She seems like just really curiously invested in this.
The rabbit hole just gets deeper every time she asks a question.
You see, that's something that I imagine that only the military would know. I feel that my father would have had quite a distinctive look about him, and
Have you considered asking at their record-keeping house?
unfortunately, I have. Oh, the record-keeping house. Yes, that actually sounds like a good idea.
It's where they keep the public records to ensure useful access for various legal information.
I will definitely look into that. Thank you so much. I may have made a small gaffe as I came in and parked. I docked at the wrong station, and I am trying to keep a little bit of a low profile. But it's definitely something that I would
Why
like to look
ever would a
into.
man such as yourself try to keep a low profile?
Apparently, it's easy to target rich noblemen who are vastly insecure about the ways of the world.
So you're concerned, perhaps, that some beautiful young woman would snap you up in a heartbeat due to your huge amounts of wealth and marry you, perhaps?
I wouldn't say I'm concerned. More hopeful.
So anyone else that can see this can kind of tell that this woman thinks Pelleas is a lying pickup artist. They've literally just rolled up and gone, I'm very rich, I have many mansions, you should want to marry me. I'm very, but I'm also so naive. Oh, I'm so naive, but rich and naive and very rich, very rich, so naive.
He's so bad at this that he comes across as somebody that's done this before.
She will wander along and be like, so what kind of women are you hoping would marry you, I guess? Losing the own trail of her thoughts.
I think that somebody knowledgeable of the world that can help support me within my life, and somebody that I can help support meet their dreams, but also isn't a cat.
They're going to furrow their brow and then say, do you often consider the risks of marrying an animal?
I'm just gonna sort of scratch the wolf ear. Point out, like I forgot what they call it in this. Volus?
Oh, you mean a Volpez? Not
Yes.
a, I understand. I thought you meant like a domestic cat.
Oh, sorry, no.
I was concerned you had attempted a relationship with a cat before.
No, absolutely not. I have,
You do seem like a man who has never engaged with, and then she'll just let the sentence filter off.
as much as I would seem like that, it's because, unfortunately, I am like that. We can't learn unless we open our mind and explore the world.
Oh my goodness. I love how Pelleas is meant to be trying to get information here, and she's just letting Pelleas talk.
Yeah. Well, he's found out he can go to a record place.
That is true. That is true. Well, I don't know that you'd have much luck here. Most of the women here are either accounted for or professional.
Oh, military. That makes sense.
Yes, I guess that's a term for it.
I unfortunately don't know a lot of professional women within the world. Most of the time I see they are at court or hold offices in accountancy. But there are some women of status where I'm from.
Oh, there are many women of status here, certainly. It's just, as I said, they are mostly accounted for.
Yes.
I'm afraid that this is not the kind of city that one would find a lady of noble bearing, if that's what you are hoping for.
Noble bearing is not important. I have privilege enough. Perhaps it's something my parents would consider. Well, my mother, dear as she is.
Privilege enough near but not in Telgard.
Yes.
In your small village.
I think you may have caught on to the fact that I live rather more higher grade than a small village.
If you say so.
I hope that I haven't come across as in any way inopportune. I merely wish to speak and find out more about the local environment and
Well, you have
the
certainly
world.
done a lot of speaking.
Yes. I have, haven't I?
So at least one of your goals is met today.
Yeah.
And you've been most intriguing as a diversion from my book.
You're welcome for that. And as for myself, I will venture forth to look for an attractive lady to conversate with. Have a good day.
She's going, like, when you say an attractive lady to conversate with, she's going to furrow her brows like, did this motherfucker just call me ugly? Like, that internal face.
Yeah, he got the vibe that he wasn't welcome there, and so he was just like, okay, fuck you.
Oh my god. Pelleas rolls up, drops the, like, shadiest pickup lines along the lines of, I've got money and nobility, all I need is someone to sleep with me, and gets annoyed when they're not interested.
Exactly.
Good.
This is new for
Great.
him.
You know what? It's better than it normally goes. It's true. It's true. He didn't actively screw the party in any way.
Yes, he will return to the party and inform them that there's a record place, apparently.
I like to imagine the party just catches the end of that, where Pelleas is just like, I'm going to go talk with some attractive women.
And then slinks over and puts his armor on Silex.
I mean, attractive, definitely. Okay, so Pelleas has returned to the party.
Okay.
I look down at you, trying to wrap yourself around me. Do I want to know what just happened?
I'm bad at talking to women.
And the sky's still blue.
Yes, but apparently I've never looked at the sky before. So it's a fact to me.
All right, well, the good news is we have a plan.
Oh, good.
We'll fill you in on the way. Let's go.
I've heard about a record keeping place that can probably have some information, but I don't know how helpful it will be to us.
As we are heading back to the ship,
right.
Gawain and I share the information about Minerva being the test, like the guinea pig for the new weapons program of this place, and also the skiff what's her name? What's Amir's daughter's name?
Zamira.
Samia.
That she's been seen around Rascal and caused trouble recently within the last week. So we have 2 pressing matters east of here.
All right. Do you think Samia needs our help, or is she hunting us?
We don't know. We don't know anything about her. We just know that she caused trouble here.
Okay.
And we had seen her. We wanted to try and catch up with her, but stuff's just been happening and we need to find Minerva.
The way that I'm thinking about this is Minerva is more urgent, but it would be very difficult to pull off without Flink.
Is there any way we can bust him out, or he can bust himself out?
Yeah, if he wants to break out, he'll break out.
Yeah, I don't imagine there's a prison that can hold him.
Probably not. I mean, yeah, I'm going to go with no. Not that it exists yet. When I'm in charge, I'll build one that can hold him, and then I'll throw him in it. I won't, but...
Well, that would be
I
a
mean,
good test to see if it would work.
That's a good point, actually. Maybe we can do pen test. Okay, I have to think.
You've got choices. In the meantime, let us briefly go to
Good call.
Flink. Flink, we start in media res. You are in prison. Once again, the familiar tone. Opposite you is an officer who's, he's been incredibly nice, honestly, right? Like, he's double checked that you've got enough blankets and such. He's made sure that your food's okay, that you've got water. He's even put up like a little screen in the corner so you can have privacy when using the bathroom. As far as prisons go, it's a really pleasant experience as far as it can be. And he's been nice, but within like a few minutes of kind of talking to you, he's just kind of ended up opening up about how his wife left him recently. And he's just stood there. It's like, man, I just, it's so difficult, right? Like, I loved her for such a long time, and now she's just left me. And, why would she do that? I work every day to bring home money to keep her, to keep the house, to make sure she's got enough for everything she wants. But no, she left me, man. Why would she do that?
Oh, I'm definitely going to comfort him. No, man, it's not about you. She has issues to sort out. It's totally not your fault. You deserve better than her.
Yeah, I mean, look, like, it was only like twice a week that I'd go out with friends, right? Like, that's not that insane. And yeah, okay, I gambled a little bit, but like, not more than my paycheck.
I think that's reasonable. I go out every day with my friends, and we don't talk about the rest.
Yeah, yeah, your friends, they really put you in a sticky situation here, haven't they? Like, I mean, you're in prison. Man, that's serious.
Honestly, you've been so nice to me. I've been in worse prisons.
I appreciate
this is my
that.
third time.
It's Flink's vacation. Yeah, this is actually Flink's native environment.
I work really hard to keep this place clean. You have no idea. I swear, some of the people here, they have no respect for the work I put in. I make sure, right, that those slot buckets are extra clean every single time. They're always upset about it. They're always like, oh, why are you feeding me slop? Oh, I deserve better. It's like, well, look, what do you expect, right? Like, you held up political signs and tried to stop the military marches from happening in Rascal. What do you think is going to happen, right?
Yeah, I totally get it. And it is obviously not your fault that they are in this situation. You're just doing your job. I think
Exactly.
With your attitude, you are going to go far.
Thank you, man. Look, I really appreciate it, man. Hey, look. Do you want to, like, he's gonna look around. Like, I can't, let you out of the place, but like, do you want to help me on some of my chores here? Like, if you're gonna be reasonable, like, you can just help me with, handling the place.
Sure, I have nothing better to do. I'm going to stay. I don't know how long. How long does court run in this place?
Well, I mean, it depends what you're in here for. Like, last time, like, I've got one fella. He's been waiting 2 years on the courts to get in on him. 2 years. But like you said, you seem like a nice guy, right? Like, what was your issue here? What were you in for exactly?
I think I parked at the wrong harbor slot.
There's no way they put you in prison for that. Come on.
I might have been rude to the guy who was trying to tell me that I was parking the wrong slot.
Oh, that'll do it. I can't see why you'd be rude. He must have been a complete jerk.
I still think it is not my fault, but it was not my place to say so. Not to argue against people
Look,
sometimes,
you can't go around arguing with people in charge of stuff, right? Sometimes you've just got to let them handle their thing, right? If they're in charge of it, they handle it. Otherwise, you get into problems. You end up here, right? Like I know
Yeah.
you're a nice guy, right? So I know you know this deep down. You got to follow orders, right? And everything will be okay. You won't run into issues. See, look at me. I've been following orders my entire life, and now I run this prison.
Yeah, see, it got you far. Actually, are you not going to get into trouble if you are letting me out of the cell?
Well, I mean, so I'll lock up the wing, right? And then you can help me with some of the chores, right?
You're so diligent.
See, look, you help me out, I help you out, right? And it'll show up to the other prisoners, like if you work with me, we don't have to have as many problems,
Yeah, we help each other. That sounds good. I mean, maybe my friends come visit me.
Yeah, they like scheduled to visit you, or are they just?
Yeah, I don't know what they are doing. Maybe they are drinking.
Sound like terrible friends. Out there drinking when you're in prison? Man. Anyway, look, I'll get a bucket and mop when I come back. We'll have to shackle you up, okay? I can't let you just running around. You know how it is, right? So we'll get you some shackles. You'll help mop the place, right? And I'll see if I can't, make things a little easier for you. Yeah?
Yeah, that sounds fantastic.
I knew you were one of the good ones, Everyone always says about those foreigners that they're always a problem, but I knew you, one of the good ones. The grieving officer will will shackle Flink and invite him to work as free labor on the prison on his behalf in front of, and it allows you to wander around the prison for a bit, as part of this.
Well, he shackled me up already.
Yeah, I was saying, we're going through this process. He's going to shackle you at the ankles so you can't run off, but we'll help you navigate around the prison and whatnot. So you can mop while he does, other work. And, you go through and you can see the local area of cells, and you can see that a lot of these people, and in fact, the guy who was referenced for carrying up a sign, literally just shackled to the wall, it seems. Apparently, he's had trouble with that one, and he's quite disapproving of it.
Well, I guess this is only day one.
You note that as you pass by there when you're working, he'll lean into the cell and be like, see, this is what you can get if you behave. You don't need to be shackled to that wall. If you just behave and comply, it doesn't have to be that bad for you.
I can't
just comply.
Face them. I'm just going to avert my eyes it doesn't seem right. Oh, I feel ashamed.
Just comply, bro.
Just comply. The grieving officer will, as you say, he doesn't understand. He keeps thinking that holding up a sign is going to change the world. We've got guns, it doesn't work.
Yeah, he should smack people who decide if he wants to change something. I mean, what?
What was that?
Burn it down.
What was that? About the sign?
Something about guns, right?
Yeah, guns. You could just shoot them if they're holding up a sign, right? That's why you can't go against the military.
I wish I had a gun right now.
Well, I can't let you have a gun in here. I know, there's no way I could let you have a gun. It'd be insane.
But you have a gun on yourself right now, right? In case somebody attacks you.
Yeah, obviously.
If you go into a cell and a prisoner attacks you, you need to defend yourself, right?
Well, normally if I go into cells, we bring two guys, if they're going to be rowdy. Like, you see that guy, he points to the guy at the chain of wall. He's always rowdy. Every time we have to take him for court appearances, right? I have to get 5 people in there. We got to hold him down, chain him up, drag him out. He's such a mess every time. If he just complied, we wouldn't have to do any of that.
But you do take him to court. You don't shoot him.
Well, yeah, we yeah.
You don't actually need your gun.
I still need the gun. I'm not. He's gonna smile and be like, I'm not gonna give you the gun. Like that's
No,
insane.
obviously you're not going to give me the gun. I mean, then you wouldn't have a gun, and then I would have a gun. I mean, where would we be if I had a gun?
Exactly,
indeed?
exactly. It'd be madness.
Exactly, yeah. About those court appearances, could you maybe find out when I'm up?
All right, you keep mopping. I'll head out and I'll go see if I can find something, okay? But like, when I get back, I want the entire hallway clean, okay?
Oh, yes, sir. Gonna
Okay,
mop this real good.
good. Nice. Thank you. I really appreciate you. You're integrating yourself in the system, you know? So many people, they try and just detach themselves from a system. They're like, oh, the system is unjust, it's oppressive. No, it isn't. You just need to work hard and work your way up.
Yeah.
Like I did.
Send me, yeah. It's not even my system, but I'm going to do my best here, yeah. Oh, that would be just splendid.
The absolute shit-eating grin that Flink has had on his face this whole time has got to be gold.
I'm imagining Flink like sneaking back into prison.
The guy chained up just screams out, "You bootlicking scum!"
But calm down now. As I said, sometimes guns. I guess the officer's still here, right?
No, he left,
the officer is like in the process of leaving when that guy yells out the bootlicking scum. And you see him just look back into cell and his face drops. You know there's going to be consequences for what he just said. But the officer does depart, leaving you briefly here. Now you are shackled, so you can't move like freely, but you can wander up and down if you want.
I mean, I'm going to open my cell door.
Okay.
You're already out, right?
Yeah, I mean, you're out. You're in the hallway.
I mean,
but
the other guy's cell door.
Wait, okay. Okay.
Yeah, just free everyone.
I like where this is going.
Yep. Let's open some cell doors, untie people as quickly as possible.
Wow. Okay. Okay, I wasn't expecting that. So you're staging a prison break, effectively, so that when that guy comes back, he's going to get out.
This is pretty much our group's MO at this point.
I mean, I don't know. Actually, I need to unshackle myself first. I should be capable of doing that. Otherwise, I can't escape.
I mean, otherwise, if you can't take off the cuffs, but you can do the doors, like, come on.
Yeah, I mean, I'm assuming that you can unshackle yourself. It just, each lock will take some time. Okay, so you are planning to essentially stage a prison break by breaking open this wing of the prison, which is probably like 6 to 8 prisoners.
Sure, why not? If I have enough time, I would like to be back in my cell at the end.
So you just want to let them be unlocked?
I want to appear innocent, hiding away in my cell and be like, oh my god, they've all got freed. What happened? That's my ideal scenario.
Why are you doing this guy?
Okay.
He has a right to fight for his life, okay?
All right, ladies and gentlemen. We are going to take a break. And then when we come back, we're going to resolve what was meant to be like a brief, funny diversion, slightly mocking the power of the oppressor over somebody else, very kind of two-faced parody type situation. Apparently now it's a prison break, and some guy who just got broken up with by his wife is almost certainly going to get his head smashed in by the prisoners.
So he should. He sounds like a horrible person.
Oh, yeah, he is. He absolutely is, but that's beside the point. Ladies and gentlemen, we're taking a break. I'm going to be back in a few minutes. We will see you in a couple of minutes. I don't know what Jamin plans to do, but he's probably also taking a break. We'll see where we end up.
I'm just going to run ads. I'll be back.
Back in a few minutes. Oh, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Flink is in prison.
Not for long.
And has gone through the process of unlocking all of the cells and shackles for the people. Is in the process of unlocking the cells and shackles.
Can I correct that a little bit?
Okay.
I would like to only unshackle and free the ones that agree that I cannot protect them.
In that case, The only one that would agree to that is the one that was arrested for the political stuff. The one that was shackled to the wall.
One guy, that's perfect.
Okay.
I might get him out.
Okay, so you unshackle that guy who initially is very suspicious of your activities. Initially very suspicious. You say, you know, I'm not going to protect you or anything. And you see a kind of steeled, determined look in this person's face as they stare you down. They nod, and you see this kind of grit of anger flash across their eyes as they return to the shackled up position, but unshackled, if that makes sense.
I try to appear still imprisoned.
Exactly.
All right, well, then I go back to my mopping, not back into the cell.
Excellent. Okay. So you go back to your mopping, and the grieving officer will return after some time. Following them will be two very serious looking troopers, both of which will immediately go to this back end cell where the person was shackled up.
Oh boy.
They will walk up to you as if nothing is wrong and super casual to you and be like, okay, so I've gone ahead and I've had a bit of a talk. Turns out there's some slight complexities with your court stuff. They didn't want to tell me too much about it, but it seems that maybe the thing that got confiscated is kind of hush-hush.
I see. So it will take a while?
Well, I've said I've told him you're a decent fella, so I think maybe we can get you let out like sooner rather than later, because they're probably just gonna want to bury it, you know? Like, as long as you're fine, you know, it's staying confiscated. Maybe I think we could just get them to bury it. Make sure nobody finds out, and you don't tell anyone, and we don't tell anyone, and you just go on with your day and nothing happened. No records or anything. What does that sound like?
I mean, that does sound good. I am on some time constraints here. I don't know.
Look, I can't say how long it'll take. But you know, if we can work it out, like maybe we'll just be able to drop you on the street, you know, like in a day or two's time, and nobody needs to know. Look, you've been great here. Honestly, I wish I could get you to stay here longer. You've been a model prisoner. As you overhear this, you hear the noise of a scuffle above you in this back corner here. One of the troopers yells, hey, wait a minute, don't. And you hear crunch as metal slams into metal on one of them. The sounds of a struggle, choking, violence. The grieving officer immediately turns up here to face with them. And then you hear a gunshot, and then another gunshot, and then a third gunshot, and then silence.
I think I just killed a man.
The grieving officer will shake their head, almost disgusted, and then walk up to you and say, look, sorry, can I get you back in your cell? I need to manage this.
Yeah, can get me back in my cell.
I shift you back in your cell.
My thing is off. Maybe he should have noticed it at this point. My shackles.
He seems to have been distracted by whatever the situation is going on over here, enough that it doesn't seem important to him. And unless you specifically do something, he is going to spend the rest of the scene handling whatever is happening up here.
Yeah, I'm going to resist him.
Oh, you're going to resist it? You're going to try and take out this guy?
Yep.
Okay. So I'm imagining, like, as he turns his back to go deal with this, you're going to attempt to carve his back up, right?
With a nice, I thought you were different. Could have been friends.
This is such a choice.
I thought he was going to jump him for his clothes.
But that would be clever.
He's too emotional to be clever right now.
Yeah.
I am assuming, Flink, that you have weapons squandered about your person.
Yes, of
and
course.
those are the weapons
Always.
you're going to use. Yeah, obviously. With what I imagine you plan to do, because you're probably not going to stage an entire break,
Not anymore.
you're planning to kill this man and then I assume leave.
Mhm.
In that case, rather than stage an entire combat and slow this down, roll me an attack roll to represent your attack on the grieving officer, and we'll see what happens.
Single-handed, just a weapon of my choice.
Yeah, weapon of your choice. So to be clear, I'm treating this as a open skill roll. The goal is, how effectively do you deploy your attack against this person? Do you only severely injure them? You're definitely going to severely injure them. Or do you actually outright kill them in this scuffle before you make your escape?
All right. We used a knife that I don't normally have equipped for show.
With a 14, you literally come up behind this guy as he's paying attention to this thing. You whisper in his ear, "I thought you were different," and then just carve straight across his neck. He turns around, the blood pouring out of his neck, looking at you in shock. The other two haven't even noticed yet, because obviously you cut his throat. He can't scream out and yell. And they're dealing with their own injuries. And you simply take the key, and I assume you spend your Fabula point to disappear, or would you like to try and use skill checks to disappear?
No, I think this is appropriate to just disappear. I got my, let's call it, revenge. Oh, it has an animation! Oh my god!
Yes.
I didn't expect that.
Well, that wasn't exactly what I had planned was going to happen here.
Why did we kill this guy? I'm just trying to figure out why we did all of this.
He was a terrible person.
Oh, okay. We just killed him because he was awful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Fair.
Sorry.
I think fundamentally the reason that he was killed was because they were a representative of a fundamentally evil system and brought in two people specifically to punish the other guy for calling him a bootlicker.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then just outright kill
Then
him.
you
The
disappeared.
guy that is clearly inferior to them
Damn.
when he assaults people.
Pretty much.
Get flashbanged. Except now, whatever. This is so dumb.
Look,
2.5 hours that could have been avoided.
There are decisions that have been made that I don't necessarily agree with, but I do think make for great narrative storytelling of flawed characters making flawed decisions. Now, we add another pip to the conspicuousness, because that is conspicuous as
Why would you do that?
Okay.
I don't think we're in the worst position.
Just for the records, I do feel terrible.
Yeah.
That
You
does
should
make
feel
sense.
terrible for not killing those other 3 guards that were shooting that other guy.
I mean, you're not wrong. Also not right.
This is true.
Okay, so the rest of the party who haven't just killed a guy in lukewarm blood, I guess. It's not exactly cold blood,
Tepid
but
blood.
like tepid blood. You killed him in tepid blood. The rest of the party is in Rascal. You do have the information about Zamira, who is or was heading to or was around Rakshapur. You have the fact that they were probably trying to track something with a new military weapon. I think I said out east.
Yes.
And that might
And we
be...
know that they're following a Telguard ship to use the weapon on, supposedly.
Yeah, that's kind of what the rumors are. And also that there's a military records place that you might be able to investigate as well.
I think we have enough information. We go.
Yeah.
We have now 2 time-sensitive issues. We have used enough time.
Yeah. I agree.
We look on the horizon for... No, not the horizon. We look on the coastline for flares for Flink, and in lieu of that, we just go.
Yeah. Just travel. We'll
Incredible.
just sail close to the coastline. Flink will find us. It always does. He'll steal a car. I don't know. Whatever Flink wants to do, he'll figure it out. I'm not worried
Given
about
the timing of this, Flink may already be back on the ship as you're having this conversation.
That's true.
Yeah, but we don't know that yet.
Yeah, no, I just narrative. He may already be back on the ship at this very juncture. Okay, so you're not investigating the historical records. You're basically leaving Rascal, like,
Wait,
at this point, 12 hours. Okay, you want to...
Can we just buy as inventory?
Yeah, you can do that en route. That's no problem. Okay, so the party heads back to the ship after spending best part of a day overall, right? Because there would have been multiple investigations and stuff happening.
Yeah.
And you are, like, you have been told that you are free to leave because of the way things are going. So there aren't currently any inhibitions against you just leaving with the ship.
And we should do that before we find out what Flink did.
Yes.
Yeah, you guys buy your stuff, we get on the boat, and we leave.
Nice.
And we went, had lunch, did some recon, grabbed our supplies on the way back. We're like, okay, we got valuable intel. Let's go. Nothing crazy about that story.
The party on the Hammercop departs Rascal and starts heading, I guess, southeast along the coast, right? You can see, like, you have navigated out and are in the main pathway, and you take a glance back and you're like, oh, there's uniformed officers back there. That's mildly concerning.
Maybe we should radio to our homie to crank it.
Okay, so use the speaking tube to tell Silas, please haul ass.
Oh, I guess, yeah, Silas, yeah, because he's on the engine. Be like, punch it, Silas. We have friends inbound, and I would like to be long gone.
You get the slightly awkward returning voice of, oh, yeah, certainly. Would you like us full speed ahead or faster?
Let's say faster. Let's go faster for now.
Silas puts the vessel into its maximum speed, which is the kind of thing you don't run for long. That's why it's faster than full speed ahead, because when you're going full speed, that's what you expect to be able to traverse at for long periods of time. So you head onwards along the coast. You, being at ground level, can't see particularly far inland. So if you want to search the areas there, you would struggle. However, you are aware of Cameron. You did ask about that place. That is now on the map up here. So you can check that out as your leisure.
I thought it was going to be like an island or something. No, okay, that's good.
No.
Yeah, actually, let me share that with you, Pelleas, by the way.
Yeah.
One thing, in addition to learning about all the women who are chasing after us, if you will.
Yeah.
Is that there's this place called Cameron on the northeastern side of the continent, where there is a fog or a mist that they say like rolls in and rolls out. And every time we go into one of these weird natural phenomenons, there always ends up being a spirit.
Yes.
So I thought, so Silex and I thought of you.
Okay. And if you thought of me, then that's exactly where we'll go at some point in time after we've rescued Minerva.
Yeah, hopefully.
Yes.
Excellent.
Onward to adventure and to possibly find me a woman.
Well, we're going to find women. I don't know if they're going to be for you, though.
Yeah. Going.
What?
Actually, no. I'll ask Flink.
Is Flink here?
Flink is not here. You guys have abandoned Flink, remember?
Yeah, when he gets here, I assume that Flink will be coming.
Yeah, me too, honestly.
Because this is a question where I feel like Gawain, who has been simping after one girl that we're still chasing after, can't help. And Silas probably doesn't need help. So Flink might be my only option for, like, guidance.
Bro, what are you talking about?
I can't talk to girls.
I don't simp for her. I mean, I do, but not like that.
Yeah, you do.
No. Look, man. I get it. It's sad. She knows it. I get it. but like I'm as over it as I'm gonna be. All right, so just leave me alone.
Okay, I'll leave you alone. That's exactly what I was planning to do.
Look, I guess what I'm saying is I'm happy to try and help you. I think maybe I could, but like, leave me alone about this, the whole her thing. It's not my fault. We're also doing the same job, and then now I have to see her all the time. Like, come on, man.
Yeah, but it's obvious. I mean, if it's obvious to me,
I know.
It doesn't necessarily mean anything if it's obvious to you. There's a lot of things that are obvious to you,
I managed to keep
Pelleas.
it professional despite all of us knowing it.
yeah, I suppose she could never help herself with me anyway.
Oh my
That's what it
God.
is. That's what it is.
Don't worry, I'd never.
I'm sorry, Pelleas. Your idea is you need to talk to Flink because you think Flink will be able to teach you to talk to girls.
Well, clearly I'm bad at it.
Dude, the first time Flink saw Barbara, he said something so offensive that she won't talk to him.
Wait, she did?
Yes.
He offended my cousin?
I thought you were there for that. I thought you were in the room.
Yeah.
I was probably mocking
Flink
it.
Cannot talk to women, okay? Look, Silex, great at talking to women because he's great at respecting human beings. Me, great at talking to women because I'm great at respecting human beings. What the fuck is going on with you and Flink? I don't know, man. But
Yeah,
next time you see a girl that you want to make babies with, just treat her like a person and mention the babies in like 3 years.
That's not how you make a baby.
Has it worked out for you? Is your strategy working for you?
Well, given that I've only tried my strategy for like the past 2 weeks, and you've been trying your strategy for several years now.
What are you? She doesn't want me. That's okay. I haven't tried to pursue anyone else. Leave. What is this? What?
It's not about me.
It's not about me.
And Silex could fall down somewhere and accidentally impregnate somebody.
Well, that's true. Look, Silex, it's okay. Like, look,
Wait, have we gotten past Pelleas's misunderstanding and how babies are made, or is he
Silex,
still
you're like
convinced that
6'6", have shoulders broader than me twice over, and have an accent. Okay, you're picking up women on easy mode. I don't want to hear it.
Yeah, I'm a noble rich guy, and I'm saying that I'd want to marry you and have your babies.
Okay, I just meant like,
Whoa!
Hold on.
He orders a drink, and the ladies at the bar turn and look. Like,
yeah. He walks into a room and everybody looks.
Wait, to be clear, I was not coming after you in any of this.
I know.
I am just trying to reinforce in my mind where Pelleas is in his understanding of procreation.
Yeah,
because I'm still
refocusing this discussion.
It is a handshake.
Refocusing this discussion. Let's go fast, because they're looking for us, and let's find Minerva.
All right.
This is a great idea. Let's do that. We can revisit this issue later.
All right. When Flink's here.
Oh, dear.
It'll be here.
All right, so now we are traveling. I am going to roll some dice. Oh.
I don't like that.
That's not a good sound the DM should be making.
No.
Okay, so an interesting set of circumstances happens as you are rolling along the coast here. You're traveling over a period of time, and you're traveling as fast as you can, and also sulfur rent 100% accurate, 100% accurate.
Yeah, he has pretty privilege for sure.
You are traveling onwards, intermittently attempting to discuss women and possibly failing, as the case may be. And as you do so, you are going to spot while you're sitting in the water, you're going to see one of those dark airships. Like, it seems like a standard construction airship, but with an armored hull of the dark alloy that the military here seems to prefer. And you're going to notice that it seems to be traveling in a search pattern over the area just north of you, like just about here. And since you were looking for things of intrigue, as I say, you see this, it looks curious. There is an airship traveling in a search pattern in the area just north of you from a very high altitude as well, which does suggest that it's trying to gain as much vision as it can.
A local airship.
Can we tell from our current distance whether or not it has one of these quote unquote weapons on it?
From the distance you're at, not really. I don't believe that you have 100x magnification or anything available.
If I have a suggestion, what if we just continue to sail as if we were going to Cameron? Because if this thing is high up, we'll be able to keep an eye on it the whole way. And it's looking for what we're looking for.
To be clear, right as of this juncture, it is engaging in a search pattern. You can largely see it because you're really relatively quite close to it.
Okay.
And it's flying really high. If it, for example, decides to lower its height because it thinks it's found something or it's zeroing in on something, or if you travel like another couple hours, there is no chance you're seeing it. It will literally at that point simply either be one, too small in the sky to track, or two, simply too far away and is going to start getting over the curvature of the Earth.
My only fear is if this is the ship we think it is, they'll see us coming and they could just shoot us down.
It seems to be a standard design airship, which means that if you're talking about an airship versus airship fight, they probably don't have something unique to deal with you, based on your understanding of airship combat.
Yeah.
How far across is this piece of land here?
So like
water
from
to water.
here to here?
Yeah.
Half a day's travel by air, maybe less, if that's what you're kind of asking.
Well, no, on foot is actually what I'm asking.
On foot?
Yeah. I know it's crazy talk.
Maybe 2 days on foot if you wanted to transition across the entire area. There's a lot of variability. This area does seem a lot flatter by comparison to the area around the Broken Spine, which was very rough.
Is it heavily forested or like rocky?
It's mostly rocky, mostly flat. There are some trees and whatnot, but they are sparse enough that it's traversable. It isn't like a really dense forest or jungle type situation.
I was just thinking about like, could we get off and like travel overland while the Hammer Cop like travels by sea and like meets us, you know?
If you wanted to do that and meet on the other side of the water, you probably could meet up at...
I don't think we'd like lose that much time.
Yeah, like you'd meet up on the other side.
You're meeting up like anywhere over here, right? Like somewhere in this area.
Like you'd meet up plus minus a day of each other, if that makes sense.
Yeah. So that is one thought I have about how to potentially approach this.
It is a thought.
Otherwise, I say we just stay in the boat and keep going. They haven't found what they're looking for, which means we have time to keep looking.
They do seem pretty seriously intent on searching this specific area, though. They're doing loops.
Like, how big is the search pattern? We've been looking at them for a little while.
Hard to say, just because, I mean, you're dealing with some very vast distances
they're high,
here.
But, like, does it look like a few miles or a few kilometers, or is this, like, hundreds of kilometers?
Definitely not hundreds of kilometers. This is definitely
so it's
closer.
Pretty small. They know roughly where they should be.
Whatever they are searching for, they think it is in this specific area.
Okay, then I think we should definitely go here, whether it is by air or foot. I think is open to team decision making.
Air feels like it's a fight.
Air will get involved, and they'll know we're getting involved, but it will save us a substantial amount of time if this ends up being what we hope it is. Or even if it's not, and it's a completely unrelated thing, then we get out of here faster.
I think we're better off. I was thinking we search on foot, but like leave the ship here, like on standby.
Yeah. Toss a flare, they run to get us instead of sending them days away.
Right.
Yeah, it's literally a question of like speed versus stealth at this juncture. And that's your kind of your gamble, right? Like you can do this quietly, or you can do it fast.
I think I value the element of being the first actor, right? Like not necessarily stealth. I don't think we're going to be able to get in and get out, but I would like to be the actor, not the reactor.
There is the third option, the forbidden option of we fly up to them and ask them what they're looking for and hope it goes well.
Not gonna lie, that was what I was thinking.
I'm so glad that we were on the same page. I
I'm
don't
gonna be
necessarily
blunt.
think it's a good idea, but it is an idea.
That would be incredibly conspicuous, but depending on how you do, that might actually go okay.
I also didn't think it was a good idea, which is why I didn't vocalize it.
Well,
This is
okay.
great.
Do you want to talk through it? You want to talk through the bad idea? I like to talk through bad ideas. And then,
Yeah, no.
Okay.
So
Let me hear it.
the good ending to this plan is we go up there. They tell us they're searching for a ship of X description that does not match our own. And we go, wow, that's crazy. We might be able to help you look because they're from where we are and we understand how our ships move a little better than yours. And then we could inadvertently get involved and end up fighting Minerva. And hooray, we do it immediately. It's great. And then we end up fighting them afterwards. The bad ending is they immediately shoot us down, attack us, board us, whatever. And we have a bad time and we get delayed.
So to be clear, the real problem with combat here is not that we think we would lose. It's that we know that surely someone is watching them and that we will lose
They'll
to
be able to-
reinforcements.
Yeah. We are
At
close
the
enough to
very
Rascal
least-
and are likely being followed.
At the very
Yeah.
least, someone knows where they are, and if they don't report in like a few
Whatever during
A
days,
day, 2 days, whatever. it'll be an
somebody's going to
issue.
come out searching for them. That's the
And
bare
there's
minimum.
probably already people on their way because we saw military activity on the dock as we were leaving. So that's our decision-making breakpoint of how likely is it that they're willing to cooperate with us versus just brute force.
What about we're the first actor? Blam, blam, blam.
We just roll in and just board their ship and beat them up, demand answers.
I don't even know if we demand answers. Like, you just remove them from the board.
Oof.
Because we don't know if they're looking for Minerva. This could be completely unrelated. We aren't sure. I'm hoping.
They could be
I
looking for
hope so.
Samir to help her.
You're making a very good point with that last part. We have made an assumption here.
Yeah.
Okay.
I would like it to be true, but
All right. Okay. Option number 3 with an itchy trigger finger is where I'm at now.
Oh dear.
My brain was thinking, are you looking for Samir? Because if they're looking for her, then
Then we could sell her out.
yeah, but we could just go, okay, we're not doing that.
No, and we could tell them we saw her in Rakshapur.
Yeah.
We can sell her out. Like, is it bad?
You've done some evil
She's
stuff.
far away from there at this point. That would actually be helpful.
Yeah. Unless she's trying to hunt us. I'm a bit.
No, it would still be helpful because it would
Yeah.
get them to go to there. Okay, fine. That's okay. Fine. There's too. Fine. Do it your way. Do it your dumb way because you convinced me to also be in. And at least now we're all in on the dumb thing.
Okay. I apologize.
How
Wait,
are
are we-
you? How is this less attractive to you than whatever the fuck you did 3 hours ago?
Okay, so can I get a rundown on exactly what your plan is?
So you could go up and ask what's up, offer our services, since we also have a fine airship.
Yeah.
And we're
tell 'em-
traveling. We're traveling to Cameron anyway, so like this is kind of a shortcut.
Them going all the way around.
ask them if they're
Okay.
looking for Samir.
So, regardless of what happens, you will be getting another pip of conspicuousness because going by sea, then taking off and traveling towards a military airship, that's immediately like people are questioning that. Like, why is this happening? There's
for sure.
one pip of conspicuousness. You
I think
travel
whatever we did here was conspicuous.
anything apart from walking away, essentially. But
Yeah.
Yeah, like if we had gone on the beach, you know, and they kept going conspicuous, shady as fuck. What are you doing?
It's fine. We're making a trade.
you will lift off and approach. And as you do so, you notice that the posture of what you presume to be military vessel immediately changes. It drops from its search pattern and instead turns to face, clearly not necessarily hostile, but making sure that it is available for hostilities, that it can maneuver away from you if you
It's
demonstrate
not
hostile
bearing its
intention.
neck to us.
Exactly.
Is Barrett in charge of sending signals between airships?
I mean, Barrett is in charge of getting the thing where you tell him to put it. Normally, Flink would be in charge of sending signals, but Flink isn't here right now, so you guys
You're in
can try and
charge.
work it out amongst yourselves.
You can be in charge right now.
Do we have a book on the signals?
Oh,
Can anyone tell me how to send the signals?
Yeah,
I'm just
Barbara.
holding flags.
Barbara's got you. She'll help you.
Yeah, we've got
Barbara-
Barbara and Barrett
Nice.
that literally both know how to do this job.
Well, that's the thing, right? Like, Barrett's job has been 100%
Wait.
piloting. Sorry, Flink, go ahead.
We have left Roscoe already, right?
Yes, we're far away
Yeah,
from Roscoe. As you can see, we're
While armed officers were clearly approaching the ship.
yes.
Yes.
All right.
That's it. No other.
That's it.
That's all the information you want. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Just taking notes. All right. Well,
Okay.
Under the guide of Barbara, I start manning signals. Is it actually semaphore? Is it flags, or are there like lights that we're flicking?
It would probably be flags in the situation. And under, you see, you have the slight issue that this is another country. And
It is.
so,
We're just gonna try our best.
and also, Barbara isn't, like fully trained in this.
I trust Barbara. She's a good study.
You can trust her all you want, but that doesn't mean that she's gonna be great at this.
Barbara, I 100% trust that you will do a better job than us.
In Silex's mind, the worst case scenario is they see us signaling. Even if we send the improper signal, even if it's confusing or is just like outright hostile, the fact that we are sending signals would be an alarm that maybe they aren't actually trying to just attack us. Like,
Okay,
if you're going to
okay.
attack someone, you're not going to telegraph the information, right?
Right. So I've rolled some dice. Barbara will attempt to run a line of flag symbols, which hopefully are requesting to talk.
Their flag symbols are different here. We're
As you continue to approach as part of your engagement, your attempt to maneuver, because ideally you want to get close enough that you could actually just, talk to them, but that's also well within boarding range. As you attempt to close, Emmett Barrett specifically tries to pick a path that seems as non-hostile as possible, as in they're not deliberately trying to navigate around them. They are going like nose to nose, as it were, rather than trying to turn towards their rear or similar. They run up a string of flags, and Barbara has no idea what it means.
Well,
They are clearly trying to communicate something.
mm-hmm.
It seems to be a relatively simple message, but she doesn't really understand what it is. She will return and try and signal something else, is essentially requesting like clarification of previous message. And again, after a few minutes, another string of flags goes up. It seems like a variant of the previous string of flags. You are still approaching slowly, and they haven't demonstrated immediate hostility. Although now that you're closer, you can see that they have got like men on deck at this point. They deliberately have people on deck.
It is at this point that you hear a voice out of the shadows explaining you what the fuck those flags mean.
Is that my conscience?
If you want it to be, it's not a good conscience right now.
Out of the shadows, you hear someone explaining how the flags are a request for identification and reason for approach.
All right. I asked Barbara to give me the flags for. Actually, why am I playing this charade? Flink, why did you let me play this game for so long without coming out and helping me earlier? Flink, what flags am I sending?
Yeah, I'll join and instruct him. Actually, I'm instructing Barbara. Silex doesn't need to know this.
Yeah.
What message are you sending?
Identification as a... What are we identifying as? First thing
Good
that comes to
question.
mind is tourist.
We're a merchant vessel.
Yeah, that sounds good. A merchant vessel coming from the West continent.
Okay. And reason for approach?
Directions.
Searching for a lost person.
Okay. They will give you an instruction to approach within a specific distance, which should be just about close enough to communicate. They will also give instruction to present no arms.
Wait, how am I taking my arms off?
That's a good question.
Okay, Pelleas, you don't have any arms.
What?
You're fine. I said don't worry about it.
All right.
Flink, you would obviously know that to mean, like, don't walk around on deck with guns, or they'll assume you're hostile.
Yeah, I'm going to tell everybody to hide their guns so that they are not visible.
Would you deny a young dog person his stick?
Yeah, this is what I'm thinking of. Like,
What's really convenient about our party is only one person has a gun and can easily put it away.
but I have a stick.
And also, technically, two of you can fly.
My rod's so impressive I can fly on it.
Jeez.
We couldn't make a whole session.
You approach I assume you approach to within a sane and reasonable distance. And as you do, you can see more of their deck, and you get closer, you can actually examine what is there. And you notice with some discomfort that on deck seems to be, number one, there's some kind of crane system. And there is also a pair of, you would describe as cages, though cages in like the way you would describe the metal around a foot pedal on a bicycle as a cage. Not like a cage designed to contain something, but an apparatus by which something is strapped to. Does that make sense?
I think so.
And the reason I point this out as to noticing something is strapped to is you can see one is clearly devoid of whatever it would be strapped to. And the other one currently seems to have you recognize this from your previous engagement with it, a greyhound of some description kind of strapped in.
Oh boy.
And there's only one of them despite there being two carriers.
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
So you close within the designated distance, at which point a person with some incredibly loud lungs moves basically towards the tip of their ship and will yell out, "Greetings!"
Hello, sir. I shout back.
They will respond to your greeting and say, "I understand that you're searching for a person. Have you run a person overboard?"
No, we're looking for them. They've been traveling ahead of us. Have you seen anyone out here?
Please give an apt description.
Does anybody want to remember what Samira looked like?
We're not looking for Samira.
No, I know we're not looking for Samira, but if they are wanting to find Minerva, we don't really want to tell them that we're looking for Minerva.
We'll start with the easy stuff, and then we'll see if it has to escalate to that.
Okay. They've asked for a description of the person you're trying to pursue.
They were aboard another Telguard ship. Has another been this way?
When you respond with that, you can see there's a kind of an energy amongst the crew that it changes. The person who gets the response, rather than just immediately responding, talks to the person next to them. There's a conversation. Someone walks across the deck, talks to someone else. They walk back and they say, "You said you're a Telguard ship."
No.
Yes, we're traveling merchants. We're looking for another vessel.
The posture on the airship changes very significantly as the crew go from like very kind of casual, but they go from like cautious, but not necessarily expecting something to happen, to people are unracking guns on deck.
And there's our answer.
The ship opposing you, after they've prepared themselves, you can probably take actions in this time as you watch them begin their preparations for clear hostility if you have any sense about you.
Like I said, option 3 with an itchy trigger finger.
Gawain was already ready, and all they had to do was give us a reason.
They will respond with a "Prepare to be boarded! On the doctrine of the Reform Council, we have the right to board and search your vessel. Do not resist."
Okay, well, knowing what I know,
Gawain,
I'm
do we hit
pretty
him
sure.
with the know you?
Yeah. Oh, I was gonna be like, okay, prepare to be boarded. Prepare to be boarded. Gawain changes guns. I'm preparing.
I think that's the correct response. Yeah.
I was just gonna be like, shall I summon up a stunt thunderstorm and try and take that ship out?
Quite literally, you could slow cast like. That's what I would do if I would be like, if they told me to prepare. If I were you, I'd be like, bam. I'm taking the slow like mana for like the good mana version of casting the guy out.
Yes.
That's what I meant. Yeah.
All right. Who am I pulling out? Am I pulling out Keiko or am I pulling out Kakapo?
Like I said, I swapped guns. I was like, okay, well, I saw that you've got the robots, so I'm pulling out the freaking bolt gun with the multi attached to it. Thanks.
Okay, so they appear to be intending to come up alongside you. Are you making like specific action to resist this, or
do they have guns? Or are they just trying to do this to board us, from what we can tell?
They seem to want to board you, not want to just shoot everyone on board the vessel. They are trying to conduct themselves as a proper military, engaging with, rules of law and rules of engagement.
All right, sick. Well, if they're not going to shoot us down, then I say we just let it happen.
Yeah, I was just about to ask if I could spend a Fabula point, summon Keiko, and use her storm abilities to shake their ships. So that they actually know that we mean business.
Well, I mean, if you're going to try and like ritual spellcast something, they will start shooting at you because that is a direct offensive action.
Yeah, but I mean really shake their ship.
No, I understand what your objective is, but you got to understand, at that point, you are effectively doing the equivalent of pointing a gun at them and shooting, at which point they will just start opening fire upon you from their deck, right?
Okay. All
like,
right.
I'm not going to say you don't do that.
Is it possible to stealthily ritual cast? Can you, go elsewhere and do it?
Well, let's slow play this. So continue that discussion because it might be interesting addition to what I'm saying. But, let's slow play this, and I'm gonna walk over to the little tube speaker, be like, hey, we're gonna let them board, and then once they're on, go ahead and take evasive maneuvers.
All right, Kakapo then.
Yeah, whatever you guys want to do, you figure it out. I'm ready.
I'm interested to see if they're gonna try to bring the Greyhound over. If we can time our departure with the Greyhound trying to cross between ships, it could be very funny.
All right,
I hate you guys.
I'm gonna summon Kakapo before they come over.
Okay. I have tried to build a scene that hopefully will work. We're about to find out if everything is aligned how it needs to be aligned. So wish me luck? ?
Here we go.
Good luck. Let's go.
Oh, it worked. It worked.
Oh, looks sick. All right, Pelleas, get behind me, aka to the right.
Oh, right.
To my right. I gotta protect you. I'm the shield.
Just a context for the battlefield. This central line presents a kind of meridian of being ranged. So you are both at range from each other right now. So, for example, Silex cannot punch these guys. Silex would have to jump over this thing, which you can do on your turn without cost because you're so close. But at that point, you're now in melee with them, and your allies are now at range from you. Does that make sense?
Yes.
So that is a context of the battlefield. On your turn, you can change which side you're on, but whichever side you're on, everyone else is ranged to you. Now, Gawain spoke about maneuvering away from the vessel at some point. I have no idea how that's going to work when we get there.
You can just say that we can't. We can contrive a reason for us not to.
We can get there when we get there, right?
Okay.
And the greenhound cages are going to be just off to the right for now, because I didn't want to represent them on scene. As of this moment in right now, they are hostile, but not shooting at you. Like, guns are at a low ready. They're about to start shouting instructions at you and start boarding your vessel. That is where we will begin the scene. What specific actions do you take as this scene begins?
So as they pull up, assuming, do they have like a plank they're trying to extend? Or are they trying to like make a bridge, or are they all just lined up waiting for something to happen?
It seems that some of the crew are using ropes and grapples to try and lash your ship to their ship.
Should we help them? Because it'll be easier to board afterwards once we've taken them out.
I mean, that's kind of up to you, right?
That's hilarious. I shout over, so, I'll take it. You know where our friends are. Would you be so kind as to point me in the right direction?
We have a legal requirement to investigate any suspicious vessels, and a Telguard airship was last reported as engaging in suspicious and clandestine activity against the Reform Council. As you have acknowledged, you are a Telguard airship. We will be boarding and searching the vessel and potentially seizing it.
Could you please explain to me what you mean by clandestine?
Hidden and illegal activities.
Right. Thank you. It's not what we were doing, but thank you for explaining that.
Hey, Pelleas, do you want to do clandestine activities?
Yeah, I think we should do some clandestine activity. Which clandestine
Yeah, I mean, look,
activities?
if they're going to accuse us of it, we may as well get some mileage out of it, you think?
Yeah, I mean, if they're going to share our ship, we might as well search their ship and...
Can I click a button?
Please
Okay.
click a button,
Can I
Gawain.
click a button? Okay.
Oh dear. All right, so Gawain actions 1. You take the barrage shot with the arc mazer against. You miss all targets on rolling a 9.
Wait, no.
Do you intend to reroll that, or you can't?
I can't.
You can't. He's out of points.
Oh no.
It's a very sad 9. A 2 and a 3. Sorry, guys.
It's all right.
Happens
It
sometimes.
happens. So the engagement has started in full. You open up on them, sending them scattering under the railings for defense. They just about make it there. The mischievous trooper will make the first attack against Silex.
I'm assuming you can't protect someone if they're on the other ship.
Yeah, I'm going to say that you need to be on the same side of the vessel to protect someone.
I've got a job. I know what my job is.
Well, you know, I think it'll evolve, just probably not a turn 1 jump over there.
Yeah.
The mischievous trooper hits on a 16.
Nice.
It seems they're a fairly good shot.
Good roll.
And it automatically reduces it down to 14 damage because you are just so durable. Players' actions, Flink, Pelleas, Silex, you have actions you can take.
I assume they haven't spotted me yet, so I'll leave it up to you.
Do your most clandestine actions.
I'm gonna pulse.
Excellent.
Yeah, he's up to no good, that mischievous trooper.
So you deal 20 damage to the mischievous trooper, impacts them effectively, doing serious damage. They are significantly tased.
Yes.
That sounds like...
Honestly, Kakapo's going to be lit,
tased.
because eventually they're going to break out those robots, I forgot what they're called already, and then Kakapo's going to be doing 40 to that guy. So
The Greyhound? Yeah, Greyhounds are spooky.
Yosh.
The enraged officer is going to shoot at Gawain.
I got this one.
All right,
Thanks,
Silex
buddy.
takes the hit. Now, due to the way it works, he then triggers the mischievous trooper to make a high roll 0 attack against Gawain also, which does miss.
I'm going to cover, I think is the right answer. I'm going to cover Pelleas.
Thank you.
Good. So
Here.
cover doesn't protect against ranged attacks.
You're totally right. It doesn't.
That may
Damn.
change your estimation. I'm fine if you want to change that.
I might as well.
Silex is acted. The exhausted trooper is going to throw a grenade that targets Silex and Pelleas. And as this isn't technically a ranged attack, it is a special ability. I believe that cover works on this. So technically, this is 2 attacks redirected against Silex. That is a 14 versus armor, which does nothing. And it does it twice.
Bam, bam.
Clank, clank.
Yeah, I definitely have shield envy when I look at
Flick,
Silex.
it's your turn. I would note that Silex does only have 20 hit points right now.
All right, that's why I'm guarding.
It's not a lot of hit points.
Oh, there we go.
It's not.
Step up to the battlefield. All right, I guess I'm going to attack. I'm also hurt, but it's fine. What Silex has 20. Whoa, why does Silex?
Because Silex
You didn't get a chance to
is
sleep.
Silex is
things.
addicted to the adrenaline boost that being in crisis gives him.
Right, I'm going to attack the mischievous trooper. I think this is what you do, right?
Excellent.
Silex started taking levels in Fury.
That
and now
is
he's
a
addicted
hit,
to it.
doing 8 damage as a multi-attack.
I don't actually have the Fury stuff yet.
And
It'll
that is the second one.
Mischievous Trooper is now in crisis. The Restless Trooper will see you attacking their friend, shift across the other side of the battlefield, and attempt to put a bullet in flank. And with a 9, they will miss. All right, and the next round begins. Party actions.
I don't need to go. My protect is still active.
All right, I'm gonna pulse at the mischievous person.
So healer, not healing. Understood.
Well, I can't heal him because he needs his crisis points.
I don't actually need it, but it's
Nah,
fine either way.
Greet it out, Pelleas. Yeah, one more hit. Yeah,
Nice.
yeah. Play with
Okay.
the man's life.
The Mischievous Trooper takes 20 damage and is close to death. The Mischievous Trooper, in return, is going to shoot at Pelleas. And with a 12, they will
That
hit, doing
is
17
where we
damage.
protect.
You can protect that,
Pelleas'
though.
HP is a resource.
Okay, never mind. Protect intercedes, blocking that attack,
Flank.
doing nothing. Party actions.
Arigato.
It's my
Thank you.
turn. All of this goes away, and I'm just gonna do it again.
Man refuses to drink a potion. Nice.
I'm all right. I'm not gonna die in one hit.
Yeah,
my
you're not going
God,
to die in one
famous
hit.
last
You're
words.
fine. You're
No,
fine.
I literally can't. I literally
What
cannot
are you gonna
continue.
do? Stab me?
All right, Exhausted Trooper is going to attempt to shoot Silex and miss on a 12. Flint Gawain
That's a good job.
actions.
We provoked lag. It's good use. Well done.
Show me your arc.
All right, cool. It's time. You guys want to do it again?
Do it again.
All right, but this time we're gonna
That's
hit
all
it
The
with
just
21.
Ugh.
Disgusting.
All right,
He's
so that's
more than double
75
it.
damage.
For bloody hell. All right, hold on. You targeted the officer there. Give me a moment. The officer has a tool that they may choose to use.
Ooh. He has a thing for that. Nice.
Okay, so they will use Get Down, Sir, as they are a respected officer. So Restless
I love
Trooper
this.
will get hit twice
That's unfortunate for him.
because they are absorbing 1 attack for the person and then 1 attack for the officer. And then Mischievous Trooper will get hit once, which will render them unconscious on the floor.
Yeah, they're like fucking dazed. They just got bolted by Pelleas twice and then dazed by Gawain.
Yeah, they are just seizing on the floor.
This guy's heart's going nuts.
All right, that was Gawain. The enraged officer will respond in recompense for their downed trooper, and will use the officer's pistol in an attempt to shoot the crap out of you.
I block it with my shield.
You block it with your shield, and 11 misses. However, the Restless Trooper will also be being, as part of
bring
the
it on.
officer's action, able to sequence their attack with a high roll 0, and will roll a 9, also missing.
Dude, that mod 13 pistol is sick.
Yeah, it's kind of a vibe.
Yeah,
Flink, it's your
worst
turn.
anime fan needs that pistol in our game. He's a double pistols guy.
All right, I'm gonna take care of the Restless Trooper. Just do it again. It's less Spectacular. But I hit today.
Let's go.
With an 11 and a 12, you hit both.
It's crazy. 4 for
The
4.
Restless Trooper is severely injured. It is the Restless Trooper's action. The Restless Trooper is going to roll a grenade over the top in an attempt to hit Gawain and Flink. That
Learned
is
their
a
lesson.
12 versus your AC, which I don't think hits either of you.
It
does
Oh no, it
indeed
hits Flink.
me.
I can block that, I think.
You can block that with Protect if you want to.
I will protect Flink. Just
Excellent.
roll over there and block the grenade.
Silex takes the blow. I imagine that in this case, it's actually Silex just slamming the grenade down between the two vessels.
Hell yeah, like a basketball. We just reject it entirely.
I was picturing more, what you call it, like volleyball.
It's beautiful. Actually, it's very apt because the two railings in between the ships are like the net. It's a shame I couldn't spike it back into their court. Hey guys, guess what I'm gonna do?
He's
Cooking
guarding
cover.
again.
I'm gonna go back to guarding Pelleas.
Yay!
Hopefully, this is the last round you have to do that.
We'll see if they get tired of being slowly picked apart while all their shots thud into me.
Indeed. Okay. The enraged officer is going to encourage his Restless Trooper,
Yo, that's not fair.
instructing him that he can definitely achieve this. He just needs to engage correctly and we will take down these pirate scum.
Pirate.
Okay, how does he know that we are pirates? I mean, I am a pirate.
I imagine he used his eyes. Anybody need healing?
I mean, if you want to grade it, I don't technically need it.
I think both of them could use the encourage. Would
All
not
right.
hurt.
In that case, I'm going to encourage Blink and Silex.
Right, you can double encourage. Forgot.
All right,
Yeah.
if you insist. Not like I'm hurting them anyway.
Okay, the Restless Trooper will engage Silex and Gawain with a grenade rolling a 16, which I think only hits
Nice.
Gawain.
And I will protect that since I already took my turn, and I'll
God
just intercept
damn it.
both.
Wow.
Gonna have to try harder than that.
You guys want to see me do it again?
Do it
Do
again.
it again.
I forgot to lose the
No!
MP last time, so I'll take the
Oh,
place.
it's a miss.
Oh,
Oh, it is a miss. Damn.
A
You're rolling
10
bad
misses.
today.
Hitting nobody of utility. Your rolls are just unlucky today. All right. Exhausted Trooper, seeing Gawain as the most concerning lethal threat right now. Pelleas is second, but like Silex is being a crime against that. So Gawain, rat-tat-tat-tat, and that's an 11 and a miss.
You know, he and I are homies.
Yeah, you just both missing. Flake, action.
You said I can just switch over to the other side, right?
Yes, as on your turn, you can just change which side you're on if you want to.
Is that an action?
You can just do that. Before or after your action, you can just do that.
All right, I'll go switch sides then.
Nice.
Hello, Mr. Officer. I got something for you.
Oh.
Oh, okay,
Nice roll,
okay. Hold on.
baby.
Let
Very
us.
good.
Ooh.
The 12
Let
dex,
us
the
check
max
now.
dex when it's boosted.
They are an elite or champion. You have rolled 15, and they need to contest that with Dex plus willpower. They roll a
Ooh.
10. You successfully steal from them. And because they are an elite enemy, you steal their soul treasure.
Next time I would like to steal their soul straight up, but we're working on that.
what's soul treasure?
Calm down, Jinwoo.
I basically create a treasure out of their existence
Ah,
by sheer willpower because I'm such a magnificent ninja pirate.
It's whenever the thief in
Sweet.
Final Fantasy uses the steal command.
ah.
Okay, so turn 1 of the next turn, because Flink just went. Party actions, Flink, Gawain, Pelleas, Silex.
Can I go again, or is Silex going?
Let me refresh protect so we can maintain
Yeah,
invincibility.
that's what I was at.
Okay, Silex, you're up.
I'm turning everything off, and I'm turning it back on.
Nice. Excellent. Beautiful.
Guarding
We love to see
Pelleas.
that. We love to see that. All right, the exhausted trooper will, noticing the threat. Actually, no. The exhausted trooper isn't going to target behind the officer. I think the restless trooper will probably end up doing so. So the exhausted trooper, I think, is going to target. I think Silex hasn't been targeted enough this turn. He's ended up getting shot at due to his actions, but he hasn't been targeted enough. The 13 to hit, rolling against, I think, Silex's current, like, 18 defense.
18, yeah. A lot of clanking.
No, it's not 18. It's still 16. You're using heavy armor. You're using a martial armor, which replaces your dex roll.
Oh, really?
Yes. Martial armor replaces your dex mod for your thing. All right, Flink, Gawain, Pelleas, actions.
Yeah.
There's still 3 targets.
Yeah, let me click that button.
And a 10 misses again.
Bruh.
Oof.
Bruh.
These guys are wearing like real armor, and it's making it impossible for you to hit.
Sure.
Okay, so the Restless Trooper is going to turn and immediately attempt to execute Flink, stepping away slightly to not deal with the limitations of their musket, and rolls a 16, hitting decidedly.
I can take this.
I mean, you've got to. There's literally no other option. Silex can't protect you.
I could block it. This is a ranged attack.
Oh, right. Yeah, that is true.
He does have that power, but he's going to save it.
Oh, you guys are disgusting. All right, Flink, Pelleas, actions.
All right, Flink needs to go first.
You're right. Then I'm going to pay that back immediately and attack the Restless Trooper. Here you go. Take 1 and 2. Oh my god, I'm rolling better than Gawain today. This is the
my
first.
Goodness. With a 14 and a 22, you are carving into this guy. However, they are still standing due to the fact that they were encouraged last turn.
Oh, right. I forgot.
I wonder what it's like to be encouraged.
One day you'll find out.
Bad Gawain noises.
My repetitive does not allow me to do something 3 times.
I get
Wait,
it.
do you need encouraging?
No, I'm fine, actually. I just wanted
Gawain just want number go up. That's all.
Yeah.
All right. In that case, I am going to...
just go back to beating these guys up with lightning, for sure. Like,
okay.
It's a guaranteed hit. It's so good.
You electrocute the Restless Trooper. The officer, however, is going to initiate a tactical retreat.
No.
So, the officer initiating a tactical retreat, there are 4 characters. Those were the total number of characters in the scene. They will start a 4-section clock.
Ooh.
Then Pelleas goes, but Pelleas already electrocuted the guy. Party actions.
I'd like to go first, and I don't like the idea of them getting away. So we're gonna shift tactics a little bit here.
Yeah.
Oh, so that should be 3 sections, not 4 sections. I'm not sure that it's going to meaningfully make a difference here, but you know.
I want the officer. He's mine.
Okay.
I just picture him bunny hopping over the fence onto their ship.
With an 18 versus his armor, though, you impact him reliably, smacking the absolute crap out of the guy.
I leap over the ship, run straight at him, and yell, "Where's Minerva?"
Where's Rachel?
Exactly.
They wonder why we think we're pirates. Where is Minerva?
Okay, so the Exhausted Trooper is... The Exhausted Trooper is going to take their action. And as per tactical retreat, they will simply take their action to start covering fire for Mischievous Trooper here, filling 1 section of the clock. Flink, Gawain, Pelleas. Oh my god, that's disgusting.
Yeah, and I don't have to pay for that.
You hit both on a 16, injuring both fairly severely. The enraged officer will attempt to not necessarily, I'm not going to say like duel, but they will attempt to use their pistol to ensure that Silex can't simply do whatever the hell Silex wants, engaging and allowing cover for the Exhausted Trooper to act in retreat. They're spending their action to fill the clock once more. Flink, Pelleas, you can both act next.
Can I spend a Fabula point to remove a point from the retreat board?
You don't even need to use a Fabula point.
I think actually you would need to use an objective action to try and stop them retreating.
All right, I hit some part at their ship that basically makes it a little bit harder for them to get away.
Okay, so you want to you want to use Kakapo's powers to like electrically weld one of their hatches shut that they're trying to get one of the injured troopers into.
Yes.
Excellent. So roll me Dex plus Insight, I think, because Dex because you're targeting it quickly, right? And then Insight to manifest Kakapo's potency.
Whoops.
That is an 8. That is not good enough. If you want to spend a Fabula point to reroll that, you can explain to me under what basis you would reroll that.
My friends are on board that ship, and I am getting worried. So,
how does that relate to your identity, theme, or origin?
You're a noble himbo.
Yeah, I am a noble himbo. He does go for his friends, but that's not identity, theme, or origin.
I want to know, basically, I want to clarify. I want to know what your character's internal motivation for like going that one step beyond, right? That thing that they're going to be like, you were meant to be the chosen one type energy, right?
Oh, right. Yeah. It's because he failed to pull that girl earlier.
The worst part is that works under the noble himbo identity.
Yeah.
You can if you right click on the thing, you can click invoke trait to reroll and decide how much you want to reroll.
I would only roll the dex. I'd keep the 7 out of 8 on insight.
Nice.
You just do that again?
Nice.
That's literally what happened to me earlier.
A 1 in 10 chance, and you got exactly the same result.
All right.
Unlucky, wasn't meant to be.
I mean, there's nothing stopping you re-rolling if you really want to.
I'm going to re-roll.
More points. You burn them.
I've got so many points.
You can re-roll under the same premise. I'm not fussed. But you still, you probably only want to re-roll the dex. All right, an 11. That is enough to knock it down 1 segment.
Thank you.
You did just pay double the points because you paid 1 separately and then invoked, and that takes a point.
You don't need to do that. You can. I've fixed it. I fixed it for you, so you don't need to change anything now.
Oh, thanks.
All right, so that was Pelleas' action. Flink, it's your action.
All right, that is.
Oh my god, what if Flink does that too? Oh my god, I just thought about this.
As long as 2 of us hinder, they can't do anything.
Oh my god.
That is
as
true,
long as 2 of you hinder successfully.
Hinder successfully, yeah. I can hold them up. I can hinder them. I can probably throw around some, what are they called? Not barbels.
The caltrops?
Caltrops, that's it.
I knew what you meant, yeah. What Fire Emblem was that in?
So are you...
That should be sufficient.
So to be clear, there is a difference between a hinder action and an objective action.
Yeah, objective is what I meant. I read hinder
Excellent.
And then I was like, yeah, that fits. So they probably have a dedicated escape path, right? I would like to.
Yes, they are definitely trying to move towards one of the escape hatches. If you put caltrops there effectively, you will reduce they will need to choose a new path with their injured soldiers.
Yep, that sounds like a good plan. Dex Insight?
Yeah, it still feels good to me.
All right. Good luck to...
A 4 will not pass. Will not cut the mustard.
Points being spent everywhere.
It's experience. That's what I always tell myself. And of course, that's why I have 0 Fabula points.
I didn't think anybody could do worse than me.
Hey, have you met me?
Hey, your attacks have been great today. I don't want to hear that talk.
It's true.
I didn't have to roll
but
for any of mine.
We talked about what I did. Honestly, no.
Okay, that's fine.
Right now, my premise would be some kind of blood first, and that is not part of my design.
But it could become part of your design.
It could be. There will be a different direction for me.
I was going to say, you could say that what happened with that person in that prison changes your identity.
You did just kind of murder a guy. That wasn't
just murder a guy. It is true. It is very shocking that happened, honestly.
That would be
you might just be a ninja
shift
pirate
in
now.
Your character. Potentially.
Just a ninja pirate.
Yes. No longer a cowardly ninja pirate.
Up to you, though. I'm not going to instruct you to change your identity. I'm just saying this could be the galvanizing thing that makes you change your identity. Like, you saw what they did to that guy in the prison, who was, as far as you understand, just a protester. They shot him dead.
Yeah, I'll take it.
Okay.
No longer cowardly.
Okay.
Yes.
Your identity changes. As a ninja pirate, these people disgust you. Spend your Fabula point to re-roll and
As a ninja
not
pirate,
let them
throwing
retreat.
caltrips when people are running away is funny.
They don't get to run away from their crimes.
Ninja pirates, I feel like the only thing I could say about a ninja pirate is that it's definitely an agent of chaos.
I'm going to say, like, maybe vengeful ninja pirate.
Yeah, I was thinking about that. Yeah, maybe vengeful, maybe cold, but I don't know if I want to go that far.
You should
people's champion.
always press the
Good.
drama button. Rule 1 of Fab, always press the drama button. Vengeful ninja pirate. You can always have a different tune later as your character learns to be less
That's
cold.
why I chose the jailbreak. I was like, press button to do things.
And now it should be, there we go. Well, we roll both, yeah.
Okay, a 10. You've cut off another one of their escape paths. In your willingness to cause harm to these people, you've elected that they know they don't get to escape anymore.
Look, we asked where our friends were, and they attacked us.
No, absolutely. I'm not saying they're in the right here.
I don't get to run away after that and tell them, oh, we should bring back more guys. No, fuck that. No.
The
You
officer,
chose to engage in lethal combat. Get lethal.
the officer who clearly wants to try and avoid his men dying is literally going to try and grab this guy and just start hauling him to somewhere more defensible than this in the face of this onslaught, and spend his action to increase the objective count by 1. Now only having 1 on the board despite taking several actions towards this at this point. Going Pelleas, Silex actions.
I'm going to shoot him.
Excellent. That is, you rolled a 20. That
Right.
hits both of them. 20 hits both of them, doing 25 damage to each. Put the exhausted trooper in crisis. The officer is not yet in crisis.
Wow.
I feel like if we got the exhausted trooper, that, like, you know what I'm saying? We're in an action economy war right now.
Yeah, we are.
The exhausted trooper, like, seeing Flink and Silex bearing down on him, is going to use a grenade defensively. He is still making the action for the objective, and this is a narrative description of what he's doing. He will use the grenade defensively, throwing it as close as he can to himself to try and create a fire barricade between the two of you as he shifts back with his friend. And that will fill 1 meter on his action, but does not affect you, Pelleas or Silex. Pelleas or Silex, you have your actions.
I simply walk through the fire
Yeah,
and
you
hit him
do.
in the face. No! It's too cool. It's too cool. We have to re-roll this.
Okay.
Earthborn Guardian, these guys are offensive, just kind of as they exist, and they are standing between us and recovering Minerva.
Absolutely. That I buy that Silex's desire to protect him, like protect his friends, but also the world. Like, these guys are clearly doing something evil. He has to protect this world. And
Yeah.
if that means that this man has to die, so be it.
And I want to re-roll at least this one. Want both? Probably both.
Yeah, 4.5 is average.
Hell yes.
You just pummel this guy, like beating the crap out of him and like destroying his musket as he holds it up to just try and protect himself from getting the crap kicked out of him. He is still operational, just. Pelleas actions.
I'm somewhere caught between trying to take the clock back and attacking somebody.
Yeah, it's almost like the whole clock mechanic is forcing combat decisions that you have to deal with.
In theory, if you want to do the metagaming here, we have 2 actions before they have an action. We have yours, and then we have whomever goes first next round. Because he's not a villain.
Yes.
So if you were to pulse on Exhausted Trooper and kill him, presumably, the person who goes first next round needs to remove a piece of the clock.
And the person who's best suited to doing it is
the person with the most Fabula points.
Yes, actually.
Congratulations.
All right. In that case, I'm going to pulse Exhausted Trooper.
Excellent. You pulse the Exhausted Trooper, that automatically does damage, rendering them unconscious.
Yeah, do
Between
mother.
between everything that goes on, the beatdowns and the electricity just bring him low. He twitches on the ground. I don't know if Silex attempts to finish it, but he's definitely out of the fight. Party actions.
So I take it I have the most Fabula points.
It's not me.
Yeah, no, it's not you.
I have 3.
Yeah, I have 5. So I'm going to attempt to I'm just gonna grapple this man. I'm gonna run up to him and just tackle him.
So it's an objective action, and your objective is to just manhandle him. I think this calls for an opposed roll, then. That feels pretty good. Might plus might opposed roll. You happy with that?
Sounds good to me.
Excellent.
Roll check. Might. Don't add anything else to it. Roll.
All right, so 13. Do you feel comfortable with that?
I think so.
I hate this.
Yeah. I was pretty comfortable.
The best he could have rolled was 12.
Like, are you sure you like your answer? Yeah, I think so.
Okay, so you pop one section off the retreat meter. They will immediately fill it. Again, just haggling with you. Like they are desperately trying to get their troops. As you are wrestling with them, they are literally like trying to shove the troop on the ground back towards some kind of cover. But let's be real. The rest of the party is about to kick this guy's ass. Let's do some quick maths. Okay, so I'm going to make the assumption that we get like 20, 30, 40, 50. I'm going to make the assumption that we get 60 damage delivered to this guy. Are you comfortable with me making that assumption?
Sure.
So he's at 12 HP. Now, what I'm going to have him do is actually a contested action between Silex and the officer, as Silex is attempting to wrestle. He can no longer retreat, right? I'm assuming that's off the board. We're changing the narrative element of this, right? He can no longer retreat. This is his last action before you guys deal with him. His objective is to draw the pistol and fire upon the release mechanism for the Greyhound. Silex, I'm assuming you're in opposition to this.
Oh, of course.
So I'm going to roll the officer's pistol check. And then you're going to roll an attack, and whoever gets the highest dice roll has the success of their outcome.
Attack, not check.
Yeah, and I think an attack's more appropriate for this, because it's literally like, do you knock him out before he gets the shot off, and does he succeed on the shot?
Sounds good.
All right.
Roll good.
Roll on 3, I guess. Are you ready?
Yep.
All right, 1, 2, 3. Oh, no! The officer's pistol won!
Except yes, actually.
So you bring the officer down.
Oh my god, do it. You
could. I mean, if you want to.
I could also do it. I hadn't even thought about that, but yeah, do it.
It's up to you.
It's so funny.
Yeah, I definitely blocked that.
This is so up your alley, yeah.
Don't give them even an inch.
He crossfired, bitch.
Flink uses Nimble Hiking no Nabujutsu and places the briefest temporary ward on the target. He fires a shot, and Silex, you see the look of like satisfaction of like, yeah, I've got these fuckers. I've got them. Why didn't it work? Is the last like look on his face as you just smash into his face and rend him unconscious on the ground. This doesn't mean the ship is taken.
Ninja Boy gets him again.
But you have dealt with the initial borders. What happens next, however? We find that out next stream.
All right.
I can give you a preview of what happens next.
Okay.
Oh.
Oh, we kill every last one of them.
That's definitely one scenario.
Flink wants to go below decks and just like, damn. All right, someone's
There's information on the ship, right?
Okay, so XP. You spent a good number of Fabula points. I know Jammin spent one.
I spent
Side
one.
spent at least a couple. I'm gonna say you almost certainly spent more than 4, but you probably spent less than 8. Does that sound reasonable to you guys?
Right.
Yeah, we got 6, I think.
All right, so you all gain 6 experience points. 5 for the baseline, 1 for the extra. I'm gonna say also, I really just enjoyed how everyone was interacting with that session. I want to give everyone 2 Fabula points just because I think they were being cool.
Yeah.
Like, 'cause you haven't encountered a villain
get my
or whatever.
Fabula points at the beginning of the next session.
But you get more this way. It's better.
That's why I gave you 2. See, I thought about that. I was like, I can give them, but I'm going to give them 2.
Thank you.
It's too kind. Fabula points are fun.
I enjoyed what you presented this session. Beyond that, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to be rating out. Jammin, you're still streaming because you're doing the streamiversary thing, right?
Yeah, I think I'm just going to play Pokemon Conquest after this. I'm running ads.
Good.
I'm going to take a quick break and play Pokemon Conquest for like another 2 hours.
All right, in that case, I think we just raid into Jammin today, if I can.
Sorry, everyone who was like, finally, I'm free
Yeah,
of this
sorry,
insufferable
it's more Jammin.
jackass.
You're gonna go deal with this insufferable jackass while he does his thing. Which, I'm leaving. That's what I'm doing. But Jammin, he's gonna be here forever, I guess. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, I love you all.
Another 2 hours.
We are rating out everyone, so I love you all. Bye-bye from us, and say hello to Jammin, I guess. Bye-bye.
Yo,
Bye-bye.
what's up?
Bye.
Bye.